Yo, what is up? Parts 1 million continued. Look at this. Look at this already. I've seen lots of these. Lots and lots of those ones. Gonna have to pick my favorite though pretty soon. I don't think there's too much new here going on. Chicken. There's a chicken. There's like an insane cat. I wanna look at this for some reason. I wanna look at this too. And I would like to be pretty much done 3D modeling after today. That'd be good. Maybe even mostly finish the texturing. Because I'm just slapping on some... What is this now? I saw Dean posting about this. And yeah. Not 3D is music. Okay. Really? Modeled in the fold. That's the thing. These just do not show up otherwise. So I'm gonna have to come up with a new strategy on that. Yeah. So I have like a new idea for Marvelous Designer. Kind of. I don't know. Gotta keep trying. There's nothing new. People have been making 3D clothes for characters like forever. I'm just still trying to cheat my way through it, not do it the hard way. Okay. This is pretty similar to what I was making before. That's pretty similar. I didn't look into what this was. What does HMI mean? You gotta parentheses what HMI means. Who knows what HMI means? What's HMI? In my old world, that's like a type of light. What's this? What's this like? Kind of silly looking steering wheel here. What is this? What is this? This is a chat. What is this? HMI render target example. What does HMI stand for? HMI. What is this? Is this in the blog too? I forget how to look at this website. News? It's news. This is the blog. News? All. I was gonna make this outfit, but I don't really like it anymore. I don't want it. Oh, I never watched this. I never did this one. HMI again. Yeah, I guess this was like the official post. Human machine interface. Oh, I love HMIs. It's my jam. It's a competition. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Since design languages focus on judges. So we make cars. What are we doing? Making like a car simulator? What are we making? Courage. Fuck. Okay, well, I don't know what that is. I can't explain. I don't understand. I could probably watch this video. It's like a Tesla. But, so I did some research. I watched a couple videos on hand topology, just Googled hand topology, and no one does it like this. Probably for a reason. I saw some like quad hands, like you do 4-side around, whereas this is 8. This is 4. Wait. 4 is 8, 4 8, 4 8, 5 for some reason screw that up, and then 5 as well. That's just way too much topology, I think. And so I definitely should have strictly enforced 4 around or 8. And I have 4 4 4 wait 4 4 4 10 10. So that's just an awful number, and then it ends up like this. So in a way I should do this over, but what I'm going to actually do is just finish this damn thing and rig it, and it is whatever. But so like this has been a weird approach, but I wanted to kind of like freestyle through it. Whoa. Okay. And yeah, it's not great hand topology, and I'm really worried for closing up the 5 cons actually how that's even going to work. But I'm at the point where I'm pretty much done with this art-wise. Asked a lot of questions, got a bunch of answers. Yeah, and wanted have some takes to do it again next time. But we're gonna be moving into like normal clothes pretty soon. How flat? That's very flat down there. Very flat. But it's been fun. Both research, but also kind of like waking up for the year. Still not like 100% there. So I'm gonna make you live. It's so live. It's very live. And then this, we're gonna finish this, Jim. We're gonna finish this thing up. It's hot right here in my room right now. So This is a disaster, but it's my disaster, so I'm with it. If we start with the ones, these two, maybe this one. I forget. Some of these have 4, and they're going to be the easier ones to finish. So I'm going to start with these ones like this. So we got, what do we like these settings here? Surface offset, take it. Mesh alpha, also take it. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. And let's see here. First vertice moved of the morning. So these ones are, how do they, I don't know. What I've learned from this is that my initial take on stay really far away from hands is still valid and probably what I'm going to be going back to. But it was like a challenge to kind of finish it. Have I seen Ready Player One? Yeah, it was a while ago. I think I saw that. I've definitely seen it. It's been a while though, for sure. I don't remember like that much about it. I kind of get it messed up with, what's the CG girl's name that starts with an A? Aida? That doesn't sound right. You know what I'm talking about? The movie, like it's the 3D girl who's like fighting people. She was like half robot. I get it mixed up with that movie because they're both kind of like executed in the same kind of like Spielbergian kind of like, but 80s sci-fi aesthetic. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like Minority. I like really like, I guess, was Minority Report Spielberg too? I liked Minority Report's take on it, on the future. I'm not the 80s. The 80s sci-fi thing is the aesthetic was built out of like scarcity. Like they couldn't afford to build sets, and so they reused like a very well-known kind of like, at this point, cheesy backlot in Hollywood, and they just dressed it kind of cheesy, and that's all they had the money for. And then they made it really foggy because they have any money, so it looks kind of bad. And that's kind of still what people make the future look like. It's kind of silly. I like Minority Report future. I like that. I like the clean. What's the other Tom Cruise movie? The one where he's in the sky. Oblivion. Yeah, that shit. I like those ones. That's like the Apple aesthetic. That's like the Apple future. I'd rather that one. I don't want to live in an arcade. Tron shit. Snapping these fingers up. This hand topology makes no sense, but it's probably going to be fine. And if it's not, I'm taking these gloves off. So when I'm doing the final prep to send this back to Unreal Engine, we're going to make these gloves separate so they can just come right off if they need to. Is that the metaverse going to be? No, I don't think so, no. I think that's a bit of 80s nostalgia going on there. The metaverse is what I just posted on Twitter. It's going to be all of us just like sitting in front of our computers like we are right now. It's going to be like that pretty much. We're living it already. The dream. Hey, is this a... What? So, wait. This is not a proper finish. Hold it up now. No, there's... Oh, you know what? We don't even need... This is 4 right here. That's a foregone A. There it is. So the problem is going to be the 5 gone fingers. So I screwed myself with this. Oh well. Screwed myself. I'm just going to take it as a challenge to try to resolve the 5 gones and whatever. At least the fingers are... looks like we're taking another one through here. At least the fingers are mostly... Did we do that on the top too? Can't tell. It looks like fine. The fingers are mostly cylinders and proper... Oh, this is the middle line. Proper quads. This is a good thing. I'll just chuck a whole bunch of resin there. And we're not really looking to hold any like specific topology. Let's say what's up. You can come grab your iPad. This gonna edge loop? No, it's not. We're gonna have to we'll just inner extrude this. You can like inner bevel this thing, it'll smooth out. Or a little bit more resolution there versus coming down the hand. We're not ready for that. Hey, what's up? Hey, yeah, take them both. That's good. Good morning. You guys are up late? Oh, okay. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Can you close the door? Thanks. Oh, what's up, original? I'm about to get back in that mocap suit. It's gonna happen. And what this should be, what I would like is like mornings if I get up on time, or like stuff like this, like kind of not brainless, but you know, not programming. I'm just making 3D stuff happen. Doing 3D stuff, maybe starting to clean up some animations, and then the afternoons kind of like either mocap or development. Now, is that 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. It is 4. It's 4. We have 4. And I'd like to take very little distractions from that. I have turned down every conference and everything of that nature for the last decent time. I have accepted 1 this year so far, and then it's a no for everybody else though. And I program and I make things this entire year. That would be good. That would be good. That'd be the idea. Actually pushing things to Steam and some other things, and just no distractions though. No side stuff. Hard. I like side stuff. Oh no. But that's the goal. I've got this here workflow. MetaHumans, the MetaHuman skeleton. Oh my, if they change it again, I will learn the new one. But I'll be sad at the same time. But I would like to like kind of buckle down a little bit. Like it's like, okay, I got this skeleton now. I can make clothes for it reasonably well. I get better. I've got these 2 Unreal Engine 5 projects and a kind of in between 4.27 project, and just make shit. And then luckily my like mocap tests count as content. Just like me testing shit counts, so that's chill. That means I don't have to like come up with like too much content planning. I just kind of try stuff I wanted to try anyway. Oh, go. You know how much work it's going to be to time lapse this? I was looking back at this series so far. I have like 8 videos or something like that, and they're all 3 or 4 hours or 5 hours. And I have to cut them. You have to pre-cut them down and then time lapse through. It's a huge project just to make a time lapse of this mesh projection. Struggling modeling stuff for college project due in a few weeks. Can't wait to get back to that. Yeah. Modeling is a constant struggle for sure. For a long time, I just wouldn't do the step I'm doing now, basically, because it takes so much longer, of like high poly sculpting and substance painter and doing that full finish. Now, what are we doing down here? Is it this? Yeah, so this is when you quad the fingers, and then we have independent resolution in here. We have independent radial resolution on the fingertip. That's when you do quads, and that's why you do 8s. And then we're gonna have a 5 gone for this. For both of these, this is a 10. It's a disaster. I might have to retopo this like completely, which is pretty sad. This one can be. We can kind of do it this way too for now. Oops. I should have stuck to my sub D ways, man. I should have just stuck with it. There's no getting fancy. It all comes back to a quad. And the easiest ways to make quads. Should not have gotten fancy on these other damn fingers. And I'm gonna pay for that right about now. Okay, so here we go into like the weird ass finger. This is not gonna finish nicely now. Cry. I need them to adapt the MH skeleton so it's easier for me to characterize a Mobu. You know, I'm on monthly right now for this Maya subscription, so I pay like 200 a month for it, which isn't the most efficient. I want to get like the M&E subscription, so I just have it. I'm just like I have Max if I need it. There's a couple things in Max that we don't have in Maya. And then I get Motion Builder and have all the things for the software for the whole year. And it's like that's it's a chunky write-off software-wise, but it allows me to then start to like get into the Motion Builder stuff. The thing is, Epic is building Motion Builder into Unreal Engine 5, so like it's that thing of like how long can you wait for the future for me? And I've waited a year. It's been fine. It's been worth it. But can I keep waiting for the retargeting and parenting and the stuff I need to clean up mocap? I haven't been cleaning up mocap for a reason, because like, am I gonna really invest into Motion Builder when there's going to be an Unreal Engine 5 way fairly soon? I hope. I don't know. But yes, that's what keeps me away from it. Mostly just like sinking time into something that I'm like, we're gonna kind of replace this. Maybe. So I still don't know. I do not know. I'm not waiting for 3D modeling to happen in DCC. Like, I think I follow the guy who's programming that, and they post updates, and it looks cool, and there's cool things, but like, I don't know. It's gonna take a long time to replace Maya and the UV tools. And I would imagine the people that clean up mocap all day for a living are like, yeah, good luck replacing Motion Builder. But I don't know. Mobu and UE5, yeah, they're gonna come up with something. We'll see. Like, I would consider this like for the future, that the Epic Games is quite aware of how you author game content, real-time content, and they're like, let's do it a faster, more intuitive way on every front. And they have been. I mean, they've basically been executing on that, you know. And animation's a pretty big part of that. But then again, so is 3D modeling, and I'm not holding my breath. The tools are cool, but they're not like, I'm not like jumping out of ZBrush Maya yet. So I'm not sure. It's gonna happen real soon, though. Let me tell you, these MetaHuman animations I'm gonna go make for the with the Witcher here. I'm gonna bring them as good as I can into Unreal Engine 5, like, and clean them up. Or 4, actually. Fuck 5. Not yet. 4. 2 MetaHuman still crashes, and 5 for me. But yeah, I'm going to be entering mocap cleanup world soon. Kind of procrastinating here. So you could take these and like inner extrude and then do like, there's like a whole, that's one way of thinking about this. And the other way with quad draw is like, you don't even have to do that. That's like old modeling technique. The problem is we have some like weird 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, is this 8? 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't count anymore. 5. It's because I don't have a midline. Where's the midline? I can only count from the mid. It's so hard to tumble like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whose idea was that? That's not good. That's not a good way to finish a model. So will that turn into, I'm gonna just start quadding it, like auto quadding it. Oh, it almost worked. It was almost it. See, this is, there's a math at play here where it just doesn't math out to do this. This was a terrible idea. It was like absolutely terrible idea. So we're gonna have probably triangles on the fingers, which is so bad. This was done so stupid. This is fine. This would be fine. So it's kind of like, where's the worst? So like we're like entering pretty soon like rigging. So it's like, okay, where's the worst place to put the triangle at this point? Like it doesn't matter. Like, is this, what quad does this turn into? I'm pretending like I did it right. Oh, Wait. This is a quad itself right here, but like this. That's the kind of the one I wanted to fill in, but it's jumping. I just want this one. So if I do this one, the question becomes, how do I want the triangle? Probably not through the middle. This is also one here, technically. This would be fine. This is kind of the midline. I screwed up the index finger, so this is going to come to hurt later. But it's lesson learned in blood, as I'm like retargeting this finger and being like, why doesn't the index finger ever look right? This is going to be part of the reason. It's not the only reason. It's definitely going to be part of it. We can't start dropping resolution like this just to hold a quad in. So yeah, so when it comes to finishing the fingers, like for sure, do not ever have uneven, different quads on top and bottom. That's an awful idea. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking pure topology, like from like not like a rigging point of view, but no, it's not even topology. It just doesn't close nicely into quads. 8 for life, never anything else, and then divide from there. Always. This is the lesson. Anytime we deviate from that, we start again and do it that way. Like always. Even in even like regular hard surface modeling, it's like you don't break that rule. Or your subdivisions no work. Well, so how many do we have here? This one's crazy. Yeah, we got to do like the final, like moving stuff around. How would that work with OptiTrack? I don't know. I thought I like understood this at one point, like to some degree, and then the MetaHumans came out, and I was like, okay, yeah, never mind. Quite humbled. I was like, okay. The adults dropped their rig, and I was like, oh shit, okay, so this is how you guys are really doing this on. This is insane. So I'm not sure. Thing is, I retargeted in Vicon, so like I don't like, need the Unreal Engine one. It's kind of from like the cleaning up part. I need like a cleanup rig, you know, and that's what Motion Builder is, and that's what HIK is. I might try some HIK, but you know, the problem is that when you're doing like final mocap, the problem is that the pose drivers and like, you know, all the secondary animation happens in the control rig as a post process. So if you clean it up in Motion Builder and Maya, all of your twist bones aren't firing, and you're looking at something like super jacked the whole time. Like in Vicon, my twist bones don't fire, you know what I mean? And my shoulders don't fire, and you're pretty much looking at the skeleton. You don't even look at the skinned mesh. So how do you animate like that? How are you supposed to clean that up? And like a quote unquote normal pipeline, the corrective shapes and the helper bones, they're all firing in Maya. But like for MetaHumans, they all fire in Unreal Engine. So you kind of have to do the final cleanup in Unreal Engine. So I'm kind of just like waiting for like those tools to be ready. I know the people who are programming them like actively, but you know, I pretty much told Epic and everyone's like, I don't want any like spoilers. Like, don't tell me anything special. Like, when it comes out, I'll read the same blog posts as everyone else, and then it'll come out. So I have no idea when they're gonna come out, when that stuff's gonna be released. I've had people DM me things that when they think they know it's gonna come out. I was like, nah, we'll see. But doing it the Maya way for animation, it's like, it's basically incomplete, and so is Motion Builder. We're about to have pain on the end of this one. What am I on, the pinky? Yeah. I'm glad I found this offset shit. That's life right now. Oh, wait a minute. I said that it's 0. Never mind. Well, this has been working anyway. On some of the other problem areas, pumping this thing up helps a lot. Keeps it from flipping. How have I gotten away with no this? Oh, it's that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just kind of like lost in this mesh already. I'm gonna do like the final cleanup later. You can definitely say you don't get this lesson in uni. Yeah. I'm sure some school does, but like, I don't know how old you are really, but like when I was like in like regular college, which I guess uni is different right in the UK. I'm not gonna pretend to know the difference, but like When I was that age, you couldn't have told me anything. I was stupid. Like, I just wanted to run around and film things. Had no idea. People that can do computer arts at a young age is like, I had to give up. I was like, this is too boring, man. I don't want to be at my desk. I want to go do shit. Now that I'm older, I'm like, I'm pretty happy to be at my desk. I'm pretty chill here. I'll go on set every once in a while, but you know, I can't be given a call time. I won't even show up. I was like, nah, no, thank you. That's what you guys are gonna be there. Good to know. I'm not gonna be there that time though. Okay, here comes the pain. How are we gonna finish this finger, bro? Oh god. Let's just start bringing it in. We're gonna keep bringing it in. Never make a 10-sided cylinder ever. It looks like it's gonna close, but it's not. It's gonna be ugly. Oh, hold the phone. Wait. Is this gonna go back to Painter fine with this triangle? I think a triangle is fine. It's not great, but it's fine. It's fine. We can't. So if we brought this into ZBrush, we'd have to ZRM mesh it because this is gonna cause chaos. But like ZRM mesh would like would make this thing perfect like really quickly for sculpting. I'm not saying it's a great rig topology, but I just need to like be making my own topo as much as I can. Is this a 4? What? How did that finish? As a 4. What? Is that how 10 sides finish? 1, 2, 3, 4. What? 1, 2, 3, 4. What? Wait, this one's a foregone in here? Oh, this one's fine. The pinky is fine? Who knew? Okay, never mind. Pinky's fine. Chilling. Okay, it was just the index and the thumb then have like this crazy star. We're just gonna come in and just chop like some more loops into it after. Okay, never mind. The pinky was fine. Oh man, this got wrecked. I was just playing with geometry or topology before. Ew. This is pretty nasty. What's up, Bagheera? You're an old head. Nice. I like it. Who said tries can't go to Substance? I don't know. I just have like old trauma built into me of like spending like a week on a mesh and then it wouldn't import into Substance Painter and I'd be like, okay, what? Like I was really bad back then though. That was like, I don't know if you've ever like modeled something in like Cinema 4D, but Cinema 4D is kind of like not like other it's kind of like Max in that like you have polygons, but what you have with the polygons is like a lot of modifiers, like a lot of procedural modifiers. So your final mesh is like half modifiers, half polygons. And it works fine there if you're gonna render in Cinema 4D, but when you need to send meshes out of Cinema, it was not meant for that. So like they've written Datasmith plugins to like try to bake that stuff down, but basically the Cinema 4D sub-D pipeline does not convert to the Unreal Engine triangle pipeline very well. And when I first learned Unreal Engine, I didn't even know what a UV. I didn't know how to UV because we don't UV. I don't have to UV in Cinema. Pretty much tri-planared everything. And everything was procedural, so like you wouldn't have UV'd it because it's like I'm scaling procedurally like all sorts of parts of the mesh and animating them. So there's just a bit of leftover pain from that workflow possibly of like me having to learn like how to do like proper game poly modeling and sending it to Substance and it not working like over and over again, not working. So now I'm just like super superstitious. I'm like, we send perfect quads down. We don't, nothing like goes through it. The thumb's getting twisted. UVs are perfectly laid out. Like everything's perfect. And I don't like triangles. Though I feel like I could ask. I feel like the MetaHumans probably, do you really rig triangles? That seems very hard. But yeah, I guess the triangle could go in. And most topology I've seen for the hands, which I reject, has triangles in it because you need to poly reduce, so we don't end up with this like so much topology down here. But I don't want polys, So I'm gonna keep working until I find like a There was no reason for this thumb to have so much topology. I don't know what I was thinking here. Oh well, thought wrong. Next time we're gonna do a rehand topo. That's not like probably anytime soon, but next time around I'm gonna do a hand topo. I also want to maybe like quantify the MetaHuman hand mesh. Just spend like a couple hours and just like strip out all the triangles and try to find the loops. But it looked like there were some like just triangles in there. Like it doesn't go back to quads. I have a lot of control rigs to build this year. I have an absolute butt ton. When 5 proper comes out, I am going to build probably 100 control rigs. I don't know if it's going to be this. That seems like a lot for 1 year, but I have a lot of control rigging. A couple for the MetaHumans, but then like an absolute army of other ones. That's why I'm like kind of in a pause state at the moment. I'm like, but not in this Unreal Engine 5 and not in 4.27 either. So kind of in between things. But I have things to do in the meantime, sort of. Hey, look at this one. What the hell? Yeah, this thumb is, I don't know what we were thinking here. I had some questions, I guess, and the questions were asked. I don't know if I got the answers, but yeah, this was kind of like a what if I make it was basically what if we do 8 cylinders around each finger, which I then broke that rule, and then try to put 2 loops in between them and then connect them to the arm loop. Like what happens? And stay quads, because every hand topology thing I've seen is like you immediately go to a triangle after the finger transition. I'm like, nah, I don't want to. Because MetaHuman topo is not about like cutesy low poly rigging. It's like, no, we're gonna smooth this thing, so we might as well just like go for the topo like out of the gate. I guess that's what I was thinking with this thumb. I was like, we're gonna get to this level anyway. Let's just see if we can like chuck in the loops. But this is getting insane down here. This is way too much. Like I'm barely gonna. There's not even. I'm like drawing like the actual topology here. You just want to finish making something good, don't we all? Me too. Me this year, I want to publish. I want to like publish stuff, which I could have done this whole year too. I just didn't. But good or bad, I'm just gonna start pushing stuff where I'm at that phase. VR is like, oh, I know you're working on a VR thing, right? Like VR is almost viable. Almost viable. I'm gonna kind of wait for like the next 0.5 generation of hardware, and then we'll see. Oh God, I put so many. What was I thinking? Why there's so many? We're 10. I think this is the 10 going, right? And there's so many on the top. What was I thinking? I mean, it's a lot to go. Like a 4, you know what I mean? Like 4 on the top would be hard, but this is a bit much. And is it asymmetrical? Like where's the thumb? Or where's the midline of this? It's here. It's this one. And have I UV'd this yet? Oh, I did UV it, but whatever. We're gonna re-UV it. It's this one right here. Is that probably? It's this feels very middle. Yeah, there we go. So it's these ones. So we gotta make this into like whatever gon it's gonna be. Oh, I see. We're just like super heavy on this side. Just gotta retwist it back. Is it these two? This one? Oh, we're just like a mess in here. The thumb's completely twisted. Crap. Is it this? It's this one, right? Yeah. So we'll untwist this on the way down. Once we set the border, it'll we can just drop the smooth on this thing and we'll chill out. I've made some pretty much bad stuff, but I'm gonna try to make Symmetry like proper in the next year or two. MetaHumans are kind of that. They're kind of like my way to doing that, but it's going to take a long time. Then I have some other like kind of more like industry projects. I think I feel like I owe the Unreal Engine team. I need to actually do. But control rig again has been my road to do that too. So it's gonna be control rig and MetaHumans. This thumb. Yeah, 8. My brain can see 8. This is just like blah. It's just like I can't read that quickly. It's too much gons. This? I don't know. This doesn't turn into a pattern. I know. Oh my god, did it work? It's all quads. Who knew? Oh my god, 10 is fine. The 10 gon. It's not symmetrical, but it actually turned into freaking quads. We have one triangle on the index finger. This is not my favorite, but this is awful topology. But oh my god, so bad. Don't ever do it this way. This is like super bad. Okay, smooth brush. And smooth brush. Yeah, okay, so that was a lesson in bad, but that's how you get better. As many lessons in bad. The person who has the most lessons in bad makes the best stuff. This is one of mine. Okay, you're done. You're done. There's so many polygons down here. What an awful idea. Okay, we're just gonna be like, and that's it. I'm not gonna, and this is done. I'm gonna UV all this stuff. We're gonna bake all this stuff. I'm gonna rig all this stuff, and then I'm gonna mocap all this stuff. Come here. Right here. Oh, it's like doing it. That's pretty good. There's so many edges down here to fix. Oh my god. Oh my god. What a mistake. What a mistake. And with all of these, there's still this gigantic one here. Oh boy. This is a disaster. But there's only a couple more rows, and I'm gonna just go with it. This is so bad. So many. Well, that's what happens when you don't do triangles anyway. You end up with like all of these are down here too. It's bad. I'm not even gonna make that straight. I don't care. Don't care. Let's go to here. Let's go to here. We're gonna go here, and then this line I'll clean up, and then we're gonna make it over the ridge. Actually, pause. Oh no. I kind of have to pull it like this. I can't. I don't really want to. Each one of those is too much. That's fine. We might go to the ridge here, to be honest. I'm not looking to hold this geometry too much. Yo, in The Witcher, I got hit level 17. I got the feline set, which is like if you fully upgrade it, is like the build I'm going for, which is like all attack power. And that set looks awful. It's so ugly. It's the light armor. He's wearing like a vest, and like that's got to be the skin they spent the least amount of time on. It's so ugly. So I'm probably not going to be wearing like the optimal armor in The Witcher. It's just not it. Probably going to go Ursine. I'm going like the heavy armor. So I'll like do like hybrid attack power tank build or something. It's too bad though. That set's awful. I thought I was going to like try to make it too, and it's so ugly. No way. No one wants to see The Witcher's shoulders, dude. Need some armor. Oh, look at this in here. This is so bad. Oh, actually, I don't want to do that. I'll leave it. I'll come back for that. We'll just leave it. Oh man, this is this to this is so bad. How come the top is okay? So I did the knuckle. So I have at least one more. It probably I don't know how many times I'm gonna retop with the MetaHuman hand before I find something I like, but it's gonna be a couple because this is awful. But at least I have this one to remember. Like, remember when I, didn't reduce the bottom and I ended up topologizing this? Yeah. I'm building memories for the future. Glorious memories. You've had a lot of lessons in bad too. That's good. Yeah, we're all collecting our lessons in bad. Everyone that's made a good 3D thing has made way more bad ones. Yeah. It's so much topology, but then not enough up here. How does he do it? How do we both have too much topology and not enough on the same object? I'm not even going to do the ridge. That's like how much I don't care about this. Because it's going to be real. I'm going to do the extrudy way. Never mind. I learned my lesson on this piece, actually. I'm going to do the extrudy way on this. And all done. UV. And we're going to UV everything. I'm going to kind of add some more subdivs to the pants. Because they're not going to animate well right now. They're in like very low poly world. Then I think I can UV everything and get it into the painter. That chainmail material, that one's looking nice. Way nicer. I was gonna do ZBrush micro poly mesh or whatever. There's like 3 different ways of making, like, you basically turn a face into a repeated grid of like little meshes. There's like micro mesh, like micro poly something. There's like 3 ways of doing it. And I'm not going to do any of them. But that was going to be like a fun study, but chainmail study. But the one from Substance Source is like pretty chef's kiss. Pretty damn good for my liking. So yeah, lots of, again, somehow not enough, but too much on the bottom. That's the secret. That's the secret to well-deforming meshes, if they ever ask. Just chuck all the topology on the bottom when no one sees it. That's where we put it. Give me this. Blender, you have to be more careful about history and stuff like that, but Maya doesn't really care. Like, its extrude tool kind of is it picks like a local axis like pretty well, I think. Thanks, Tom. I think it'll look okay. I'm just looking at it from like a topology point of view. I'm like, this is dumb. This doesn't make sense. Like, you want like a cylinder to be, mostly evenly distributed, but it's not. But it'll be okay. And again, if it's not, I'm going to get rid of the gloves, and you're just going to see good old MetaHuman hands, because they're rigged fine. But part of this process is to see how copy weights goes with the new MetaHuman skeleton. It took me a while to be like, first I was just angry. I was like, oh my god, you did not do that to the fingers. And then finally I'm like, okay, fine. I'm in acceptance now, and I'm like, let's try to engage with that. This is gonna be a weird projection, but we'll see. So we want to see how copy weights goes onto this mesh. Not that this thing has like the topology we probably should have, but it has, it's got something. I don't really know to think about this. The thickness here. Well, we'll see. And thickening down. And offsetting in. And we'll see how that goes. Should be fine. And we probably need like a loop or two in here. We kind of don't actually, but I'm going to chuck one in here. Here and here. Why not? Okay. So, why is this green? Who knows? Oh, you're live. That's why. And we're in ISO. Okay. So I think that's we're gonna call that it for now. Those are the sculpty ones. It's this, and yeah, bad in a lot of ways, but we'll see. We'll see. This might not be enough radial resolution for this. I'm not really sure. What's up, James? Do you work at the Fabricant? The Fabricant stops by every once in a while to say hi. Show me the goods. Show me the goods, man. That's I'll check it out. Hey, don't cut there. Don't do that. Something we're talking about here. We want this, that one, and that one, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then that. It's still quads. Should have shrink wrapped that shit back onto his finger, but oh well. You know what? You're just not gonna have it. Actually, that one's fine. These ones are gonna start turning into like absolute disasters. But let's just add it where it worked out, you know, and you know. Oh, I could cut from here. Technically, I could do this and then start the journey. Oh no! Oh no! Never mind. We'll stop there. Here, 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 here. The journey ends. It continues. Then it ends. It's over. And those should get shrink wrapped and smooth and wah 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 wah. Because like this is bad. But you know, we'll take it. I'm not sure about topology. How much we need to get like those helper bones working out on this one, but we will find out how this goes. There's like a good 60-40, 60 it not working, basically, and me being like, you know what, we're gonna do that. But then I didn't sculpt the hand, so we'll find out. It's tricky. The mocap stuff I do with this is kind of like, you can't cheese it. It has to work really well. So we'll see. We will see. Crazy hand topo. It's just soften everything basically. Okay. So I think I'm gonna mirror this thing. Let's look at all the low polys. It is a very small world. Very, very small. Even all the hypesters who just talk about it don't do anything, but they talk about it. That's the small world. And then the people that actually do it and have been doing it is even smaller. And there's not a lot of like surprise people like, oh my god, I can't believe you've been doing this. It's like you know, you kind of see the same people on the forums and on YouTube and otherwise they're in studios, and it's like there's not a lot of surprises here. So let's see. Okay, so we're gonna do MHW gloves. Low, is that what it's called? We'll find out. Let's look at just the low polys, aka the game meshes, the things that are going on the MetaHuman skeleton. I think that's everything. I ended up like kind of losing some stuff, but I think that's it. We took the straps off because like I'm just trying to like simplify my rigging life later. So we got boots, pants, upper body, all one thing. Straps separated out, but people have been leaving some comments about how I was doing Substance Painter because I was getting weird aliasing, so we'll see if that fixes itself. This, shoulder, or arm, gloves. I think this is it. I think the whole thing right here. So the next goal is to UV the whole thing and get the names right, and then yeah, we should be sending this to Painter for sure today. I might finish the texturing today. That'd be nice. Save as Meta Witcher 26. We are in the UV phase. I've learned a lot about this workflow. I am going to try to make a recap video on this process. For me, helps me like ingrain the learning, and then just like no one from scratch will learn how to do this from a video like I'll make on this, but it does kind of go over like the high level things you're supposed to look out for, which is maybe documented in different places, but I haven't seen it where you go from scratch to high poly to game mesh for a MetaHuman specifically to be run in Unreal Engine. I haven't seen it. I had to go through a lot of things to figure out kind of this one. And then I'm going to move on to like floppy clothy folding after that. So I saved all that stuff. Yeah. Okay. So I kind of want to clean this up, and in the process, I'm probably going to delete stuff I need, but let's close this. That's ideally all we need is high poly and low poly. And this other stuff is construction, and we can go back to 25 or earlier, and we have most of it. So let's figure out what that is. Nope, don't need that. These were glove fails. Oh, hold it up now. Wait a minute. Wait. We need this. This is part of the glove. I'm glad I didn't delete it. Get your ass back into low poly. Wait, what? Oh, low work in progress, I see. Low poly actual. These were for sculpting, and these were glove dupes. Now, you know, what if this was the one? What glove did I finish? What is this? What is this? What did I just finish the topology of? This is why you keep things organized. This seems fine though. I don't know. What was this one called? Well, I already renamed it. I mean, I'm looking at the loops. This is fine. I don't know what that was. But these are all good now. I almost deleted the second piece of the glove. That needs a couple more divisions on it probably. Oh yeah, it needs to get pulled out too. So we'll work on that one. But anyway, we're just trying to clean up. So this is this is like the glove outer. Gloves. I don't know. Top. Low. Okay. Let's hide this stuff. See, is there anything else we need? Work in progress ones. We baked those to texture and they looked great. We don't need those. The base. These must be hidden locally. Yeah. We're not using these, and I've already retopoed this. Yeah, we retopoed the whole thing. So these were like construction pieces. The bin is probably actually the bin. That's the live sculpt. That's the high poly sculpting one. Cool. The base is hidden locally. Yep. The body is this. What version of this? This is just for preview. We kind of don't need this anymore, but we'll just hang on to it. I think I probably have multiple of these. What's in here? Oh boy. This is like the actual construction geometry. Okay, so hold on, let me bring this back. These are the base models that were sent to ZBrush. They look nice. They look nice because they're not colored insane. Because the ones we're looking at now are colored insane from ZBrush. We don't need those. This is a head or body. We'll just plop this out here. We don't need this. Okay. So we're getting into the final phase here where we're going to come back. Oh, what? We're going to rig it after in a completely clean file. I don't want any of these nodes in that file. Okay, so there's the low poly. I don't think I'm missing any pieces, but except for this, we got to fix that one. And I think that's it. So I'm just going to fix this one, and then we're going to go UV this whole jam and send it to Substance Painter, the whole outfit. Whew. Okay, so what happened here? Let's see. So we'll grab this. There's really no space other than world at this point to attack this one, I'm sure. Is it B? Do you hold B? Yeah, you do hold B. Okay. There's not enough topology in here, so but we'll tweak it here, and then I'll maybe add a couple more. Oh no, how is this so far off? Here, that's called a face selection. What I just did there. Let's pull this one out. Because this is like the final mesh. Like, you try to do the shaping right in ZBrush, but then ultimately you end up retopoing and you don't have enough subdivisions around, and then it gets, things pop out. Okay, that seems fine. Little low. We'll just see. The mesh density is a bit all over the place on this one. I didn't retopo this. So that one might need a special bake because the thing I'm baking under it is like really quite up and down, has a lot of depth to it. So we'll see how that goes. So we're gonna mirror this. You know what? We should we're gonna UV. Hold on, how am I gonna do this? Yeah. So you're gonna UV it. You delete one side, UV it, mirror it, and then do a layout. So we actually don't have to. Okay, so I think I'm in like the let's start UVing things phase. I think. Let's see. And what has been UV'd? Where's outline? Is this? We have UV'd this one. It is done. I need to make these bigger. I'm gonna probably forget, but I need to make those bigger. So let's hide the things that have been UV'd, right? So we've UV'd this. We have UV'd that. And this. I think that's it. This doesn't even have UVs. This one's pretty easy though. So let's do this one. And UV all the things. I am going to have to figure out how many texture sheets we're going to use for this character. It's probably at least 3 because we're only going to go 2K. Oh, I didn't need to do that. Oh well. Let's do camera based. Why are these all selected crazy? What happened? And we'll cut it like it's marvelous, pretty much. Let's find the arm loop. Ooh, that's a weird place to cut it, but we're gonna take it. Yeah, I didn't hand Retopo this, so the loop is like down here. Ooh, that's not good. The subject's also symmetrical, but I can still cut it this way. We'll see what happened over here. We'll find out. Luckily, this is the undershirt. Like, you don't really see this. You just kind of see some arm stuff, and you don't see the shoulder, so it's not so bad. We don't really even need this. I could probably chop it out, but I was gonna leave it. We'll see if it becomes like a real rigging problem. Like, it's gonna pop out. Okay, so this one has like a. Oh no, it doesn't. There it is. Oh no, what really? Oh no, does it really wrap like that? No, it doesn't. Okay, we'll go one down. That's also bad. What? Okay, there's one actual loop. It's probably symmetrical, right? This is from ZR Remesher, so I have no idea what happened. Yeah, it's symmetrical. So we'll cut it there. That's fine. These seams don't have to match this inner seam really, but the hand seam is, or the inner is probably about here. Yeah. Oh, and it's cutting down the waist already. Maybe one up like that. They don't have to cut through, but I'm going to. That seems fine. I'll take that. We should probably go for the symmetrical one. Doesn't like really matter. Is it this one? That seems close enough. Okay, and cutty cuts. And is that enough? I think we have to open up the top too, but not of the arms. So I'll start just separating them off at this point. So this one, unfold. Ooh, stretchy. This one. So what's gonna happen here? Yeah, we don't want that. So we're gonna cut it across the shoulder too. We'll cut it. So this shouldn't loop down. Okay, never mind. 100 loops down. Here. Cuts. And this one. Oh no. To here. We don't see it. We don't ever see this, so I don't know. I'm not sure why I'm leaving it at the moment. So, yep. And then just let it open up a little bit, be less. Now, there's a bunch of things you can do to this, but I'm gonna kind of just leave it for now. So are these all really these are not the right textile density yet, I don't think. Let's unfold again. And I'm gonna just lay these out themselves. There they go. So this is at least keeping them the same textile density. We won't know textile density like until we really decide how, like, what parts go on what texture sheet, basically. And if we were gonna, like, if you were gonna make a logo on the arm, you'd want the arm this way. And it would be here, most likely. I think we should probably stick a UV on this, a UV texture. I should 100% stick a UV texture on this at this point. So let's do that, just to make sure orientation's right, etc. So I think I have one in here already. Can you do screen space for UVing on hard surface buildings? Yeah. You project from camera. I project from camera all the time, especially on hard surface. If you model it, on the grid, and then you go to an ortho and do camera-based UV, that's 100%. Very, very important. And a lot of programs don't really have it or do it right compared to Maya. What am I doing? Oh yeah, we're gonna put a UV on here. UV texture. Oh, this one. Pop. Why is there anything else? I didn't know this existed till you saw. What, UVing? You've never seen UV stuff in Maya? UV and Max are the absolute goats of UVing. It's not even close. People can like cope and try to make it work in other programs, but it's awful. It's absolutely awful. I don't even think like the most like diehard Blender people would fight that. I'd accept an argument from the Max team. Theirs are pretty good too. Okay, is nice UV. We're not concerned about keeping this continuous. It is possible, but we're not going to do it. Oh, the screen space ones, yeah. It's what I default, because you don't. It's really good. It's you basically get to imply the orientation by doing camera based. These are all really good, and Maya's are especially good because they're what's it called? What's the program? They're all rhizomes. They're good. Okay, so this one's gonna project funny, but I kind of want to see it. It's a bit of an experiment, but that's UVing that piece. We don't have to UV him. Let's do the pants. Let's do these pants. Oh no, these are UV. Okay, oh hold on. Actually, we got to 3D. We got to add a little bit more to these. This is not enough. Just a little. I'm a little concerned with the 8 legs. I almost want to give this like a full smooth, to be honest. Like, this is not enough topology. Like this, like you should see the bones that are in the MetaHumans is not enough. You're gonna have like one pointy spike butt, basically, is what's gonna happen. Same with the knee. You're gonna pointy spike knee. So let's just give this thing a couple more polygons. Everything else should be fine though. So we'll hop real quick back into 3D modeling phase here. Should be called pants. This one, okay. And we dupe it and we bring it out. We're gonna delete this later. So those are the high poly pants with all of their padding and whatnot. And these low pants. Okay. So let's grab. Now let's duplicate because I wrecked this. You guys need to shift P out of that group. So we have, these are dupes of both in case this whole thing goes wrong and I like corrupt it or something. I'm gonna ISO into it. We're gonna go live on the big one. Select the low poly and back to quad draw. And let's just like give this thing. We could just legit give this thing a smooth. But then like there's a transfer attributes, but I'm not. It's probably worth learning again. You can like project without using this. You can just project the attributes of the you project the attributes of the low poly to the high poly, basically shrink wrapping it. And you can do the same thing with the UVs too. I figured out you have to get the settings absolutely perfect. But maybe I'm gonna hand add topo at this point. But there's another way about this. So in this case we want world symmetry, or I cut it in half. Either way, but we'll try the world symmetry how it goes. X, and just start cutting into this jam. And we want to end up pretty high topo at this point. Did this one not go? We're gonna resim this later. Resymmetry it because I don't trust that this is actually symmetrical anymore. Yeah, we'll just cut this thing in half basically. What? This got super. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, we're backing way out. I don't trust the symmetry tool, never mind. I don't trust this. Let us cut this thing in half instead. Symmetry tool not trustworthy with that tool anyway. Give me this, we'll just cut in half. Remember, this is the first piece I like rushed out of the gate just to try the baking workflow. Oh, do we not have quads because of the star? Nah, this is still quads. Pretty sure. So these two again. Solo, you're still live apparently. Oh, okay. Good. But not good. Oh, okay, that's why. So let's try this again. One of those loops, it was this one. Didn't make it around. Oh, is it this? How is this not a loop? What? What? What are you? Wait, what? Is it thinking this and then it does this because this is a plus sign? So I'm gonna have to cut those by hand. What is it? This is that one. One of these is not being like I want this, and it's like nah. And I'm sad. Oh, so I'll cut that one by hand. If I remembered how to do like confidently the transfer attributes thing, I would just give this thing a smooth. It was that low poly. So that might have it's this. Okay, so that's the one. So it wasn't the symmetry, it's something with the topology either on my end or oh no, this didn't cut either? Well, let's finish this up. I guess it wasn't. I'm gonna have to do them by hand. One of the rows. If I can just those ones, that's fine, and I'll just drop a smooth on this thing. That's gonna make if I've basically kind of made my life a little harder in rigging now. If this isn't being recognized as a quad loop, my whole quad grow selection strategy is gonna be kind of tough. Okay. Back to quad draw, just smooth the stuff out. I'm gonna have to hand smooth the border. Turn on caps lock. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It doesn't touch the border. We don't want to. I don't know. It'd be cool if you could like lock some of these, but I guess I don't really need to. Is this even doing it? There it goes. This pretty much could have been like a ZR remesh too, but I just kind of went and did it by hand. And we're not doing anything like I probably should have been like tried to follow these like crevices and stuff. So it's just basically like plastered on. It's not even close. This goes inside the boot, so we really don't have to care too much about it. Little stretched here, like this, but I mean that's what's gonna happen. I mean, there's like a lot of topology here, and we're gonna have to resim this now. And I think the thing goes over this, so we don't care too much about the top. So something like this. This seems fine. Gimme, and let's resymmetrize this thing. We'll go to the front. Oh yeah, we got broken in here. Take this. Let's double check. That is a loop. Okay, back to the front. Scale it. Oh, it's alive. Ooh, okay, and X. There we go. Double check. Just in case. Seems fine. This phase could definitely use like go over everything again, but I'm just gonna leave it. I guess I did the topology weird that the star's there. We'll see, because like when I skin it, we're gonna like try to grab this and then grow selection in rows. But if it doesn't work, then I just do it by hand. It's just slower then. This is a little bit lower down here, but I was mostly worried about this. There's a lot of action happens like around right here, so we just need like enough topology to actually have it grabbed by the rig. Let's merge this jam. That should be it. And then we'll re-UV this one. See the Bifrost hack to get perfect Retopo? No. I haven't seen that. I immediately don't trust it. I don't trust that at all. I'm quad draw for life, and if we're gonna try to like get quads from someone, it's gonna be ZR remesher. At least for not what I've seen. Maybe it is okay. I'm pretty sure we're gonna use this mesh. I don't think anything went wrong with it. So I'm gonna delete the high poly now. This is the new low poly, and I feel pretty okay deleting this at this point. Oh, that's the high poly. Hold on. What do we mean solo? Where's the what? Oh, we're hiding things as we go. I see. So basically this one is too low. This is the new low poly. That's fine. So we'll UV this pants low. What do you think about the ML deformer in UE5? It looks cool. I was going back and forth with Inu Games about just how we should alter clothing. I feel like we have to go back to T-pose. I don't know if I'm wrong about that. I feel like you can't alter like Proper clothing in A pose. I don't know how they do it because then you don't have the geometry for in here. You should model it in T pose and then bring it down for rigging. I don't know. It looks scary, to be honest. It's like the nanite of rigging. I was like, are you serious? So I have to simulate all the poses for this clothing? Not only do I have to do this, now I have to go simulate them, like, for all the different poses. I was like, that's intense. That's like AAA for your one character kind of finish. A lot of work. But looks cool, of course. It came from artists themselves. I still don't trust. That doesn't mean anything. I still don't trust it. But that's cool. I never even heard of it, so that's cool to hear about it. I trust Quadra at this point. Quadra the things, and then it's in your hands, mostly. What are we doing? Oh, we're gonna UV this, yeah. We're gonna UV all these parts. This is the goal. I just had to quickly jump back into modeling. I'm gonna save as. I hadn't heard of that, but I do have full Maya now, so I could check that out. I'm not in contact with anyone from Autodesk anymore. I used to talk to them a lot, but yeah, I have no idea who even runs it. I follow the Maya product manager on Twitter. That's about it. Let's see here. Let's drop a mat on this thing. Wow, this one. The seams are like fine already. But where's all the stuff? I don't know. Where'd everything go? Butt. Front. Where's this? Oh, they're on top of each other. Oh, okay. Unfold. Why did you spin? Don't spin. Unfold. Yeah, the shape's a little different because we have a little bit more like closer fitting around the crotch area. Okay, so the seams stayed. We just gotta like bring it back into like a normal orientation to some degree. It's kind of like if that ML deformer way works and that becomes like kind of the way to go about it, then all of a sudden, or I feel like then all of a sudden like Marvelous Designer starts to matter a lot more, because you actually you're like doing more of a cloth sim, even if you're like hard rigging it or whatever, traditional skinning it, you're training the deformer based on simulated cloth. So now everything is a cloth sim, and then Marvelous Designer becomes very strong because that's like what that program does, and the garments get put that way. Versus this is not a cloth sim. I wouldn't want to cloth sim this. This is skinned. This is like old school skin binding style geometry here. It's not meant to be cloth. Like this would simulate kind of weird, or not realistically. It's not going to simulate like a Marvelous garment. So, but another new workflow. Looks cool, but we'll see. I think all the processes should be simulated in one animation sequence. Is that what happens? That's what I was asking. I was like, what does this mean? Like, I don't know. I guess I just need to see like the implementation. Like I saw the demo. I was like, that's cool. So what do we do for a full character? And like, do you want it? Is it more expensive? Like, I don't know. Just like a lot of questions with it. It looks interesting. And then I think it was Jeremiah or someone from Epic was like, the idea was that you don't need helper bones and pose drivers. And so when I saw that, I was immediately like, so you mean the MetaHumans are going to change again? Like a lot. That's what I was like, that's what you just like, that's what I read. I'm like, don't like, I don't like it. Please don't do that. But that's what I'm learning about MetaHumans is I'm locking. I'm doing like an internal development lock Oh god, I hope they don't update them anytime soon. I'm gonna go generate like 16 metahumans in the point 0.5 standard and take all the clothes as they exist now and all the hairs and all the groom binds, and that's my own little library, and I don't care if they update it after that. And because I need to lock something, I need to lock a skeleton, lock everything, and that's what's going in the game. So if they do like, hey, guess what? Like all the clothes are ML trained, and it's like there's no helper buns anymore. It's like, what about all the post? What about all the post drivers? What about all that shit we had before? Like, what are we doing now? I am afraid. I'm locking. I'm gonna go download my own little MetaHuman library, and if they update it, cool. Because I screwed myself by not doing that before, and now I have to update a 0.5, and I kind of don't want to. But that's kind of what I'm doing right now, is updating to 0.5. As we're gonna skin toes into this thing, and we're gonna strip it out though. But let's see here. You being this, so how would they have cut this if this was a marvelous pattern, right? Probably right down the middle, huh? That's not where I want to put it, but that seems likely. I think the seam in the back is going to make a lot of sense. I'm not sure exactly how it unwraps. I think we are unwrapped pretty hard at the toe. Is this an edge loop? It is. Incredible. Just because I know we're gonna just do this symmetrically, so hold on. Let's just delete this. Did we get it all? Let's oh, we're not in ISO. Let's go in ISO. So we don't like delete or UV something by accident. I don't know. Seems like a good idea. Cut that off. Start with an easy piece here. Shell, come here. This one, unfold. The sole is done. Next, we could probably just cut this jam right up the middle and right down the back. Seems okay. Oh, continuous, right? Yeah. Oh, and we're gonna cut out the. Oh no, we'll just unfold that. That's fine. It's not very deep. We don't have like an actual inside. We just have like a little bit of a top. So I could let it open up like this. That's probably going to be super distorted on the toe. There's a way to see like it displays the heat map of like how distorted it is. I don't remember. It's probably one of these. I'll look at it in a second. That's not bad. The question is like, how red is that area? I'm like, I like it. This is an easy thing to deal with later. But it might be like bright red in a couple places if we don't just like and let this relax. But that looks kind of okay to me. I like don't want to know. I'm like, I hope it's just fine. Yeah, I mean, because when you don't let this snap off, this part kind of pulls funny. But that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Let me see if I can figure out the heat. Where's the heat map view? UV distortion. There it is. What really? Oh, I see it. So yeah, so the toe is very stressed out. If I cut it in half, though, we're gonna have this big seam. So it's like, would you rather have a continuous or like relaxed but a seam? Like which is worse? I think I'm gonna leave it. I think that's fine. If it ends up being, I mean, it's pretty. There's almost no world where I'm gonna be like doing my thing with this animation mesh and be like, oh, the toe's a little stretched. I'm like, whatever. Won't notice. Okay, so that's fine. So let us history transform just in case, and mirror. Where are you? Where is it? This one. And mirror. Okay. You should still have the UVs, I think. I think this thing's still in there. So if I just do a layout now, there's 2. That's fine for now. If we cut it down the middle, the toe would relax, but I think it's okay. What if you cut just the toe cap? Oh yeah. You know, if I left the buckle there was going to be a buckle here. You can kind of see like where it was sculpted. There was a buckle, but then I realized it was right on like the fold point of the foot, which isn't going to work. But we could have cut it right there. Like just chop that off right here and then let it open up. We could. I'm going to leave it. There's ways. There's nice places to cut it. Like you said, this is basically a cylinder right here, but I'm going to leave it. We'll check it out. If it's like a real issue in Substance Painter, then I'll consider coming back and cutting it, but I'm just going to go for like kind of simplicity at this point. Just one hull, because I got to move all the hulls around later, you know what I mean? So it's like, just try to keep it easy. I got to go organize them into texture sheets in a second. That one's fine. The reason from going back and forth from ZBrush to Maya, I would say that if you're comfortable like subdivision surface modeling, you don't have to go back and forth. But for me personally, I have a easier time shaping kind of organic-y kind of surfaces like this in ZBrush. So when I high poly this and I want to put like folds and wrinkles in it, I end up bringing it up to 2 million polygons and then sculpting folds into it. And so that's just a more intuitive way for me to get like a high resolution version. But definitely there's people that can do it, can get that kind of stuff just with subdivision surface modeling. Like that's how all the VFX companies do it. In the end anyway, because even if you ZBrush it, you still got to go back and turn it into like proper quads so it deforms. So it's just like where you're more comfortable working at high poly level. Like if I could, it would be great to just stay in Maya and just do the whole thing sub-D. I'm not good at modeling sub-D folds though, like at all. Okay. Yeah, these two pieces, that's it. So let's do this one, so it's easier. By a fair margin. Oh, it has an inside. We'll just chop that off though. So I'm just gonna go plop some UVs on it and cutteth. We could almost let this thing just open up completely. I wonder. It might be fine. Let me find the bottom of it. This is an embarrassing mesh here. We'll just ignore that this ever happens. We'll just see what happens if you just cut it here and let it open. Might be fine. Shell. Nope, we're not ready for this. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, done. I'll take it. You know, I should put the texture on it. That'll be like how we know that everything's been UV'd. Then we gotta retexture everything after. And then we have a lot of Maya texture organizing in a bit before this can go back to Substance. Okay, this one's turn. Yoinks. Here. No, didn't work. There it goes. Is there anything worth salvaging about this? I mean, the cuts are kind of there, actually. The cuts are pretty much there. It's just about extending them and seaming certain parts. I'm going to just do it from... Going between the fingers kind of sucks, and they're kind of already cut there. But these are all... Like, I'm just going to do it again. Like, whatever. Camera-based. I think the cut's going to be easier to select all the way through if I just double-click like this. Oh, the ends of the fingers. Oh, God. Okay, well, let's see how this goes. Cut this through here. So this part will all unwrap fine. We might have to disconnect the wrist. It's pretty common. We're going to come through all the fingers, but in a second, let's go find this midline. Should be here. Obviously did a great job of modeling this. I'm just going to leave it. Yeah, I never came in and cleaned that up. Cut. Okay. There should be a reasonable line this way, coming up to the finger. That's good. This is my five gun finger end, so it's not gonna cut through, but it'll be okay. We'll just pick it up like on the good side, which would be here. and that made it all the way down, but because of the way I did the topology between the fingers, it like doesn't. Wait a minute, hold on, let me try something real quick. I don't think this happened, but let's see if we lose any polygons or any verts to this. So 1055 to 1055. Okay, never mind, there was nothing wrong, but I had a suspicion that was because of the like a vert wasn't merged or something, because it does end right there, but it's quads, but I don't know why. UV's fine, and if it's not two verts, then I guess it doesn't matter. But it doesn't just think that that's two. Gotta get these by hand. I don't know why. Oh well. How's this one? Oh, that one cut all the way around. That's when you do the fingers right. They go all the way around. Not here though. Never likes these two edges. Don't know why. Do the cut. This one should go all the way around. Nice. You two, just living your lives down there alone. This one, wait, that's not the right edge. No, it is. Yeah. Okay. What? Oh, I put the quad the wrong way. This okay. If I done this right, this would have been here. Oh well though. What are we gonna do here? I'm gonna go like like this. Gross. Luckily it's a leather glove, so you will not know down there, but that's pretty stupid. Let's just make sure I actually cut that. Okay, and so we might have to chop it off like right here too, to let this wrist open up in like the best way that it can. But maybe not. We'll see. Yeah, I did not do an amazing job with the topology on this. But it is technically topology, I would say that much. Hey, okay, and we didn't cut it at the fingertip. Where is it not? Oh yeah, I never finished the cut here. Oh, another inspired cut about to happen right here. Cut. Now they're actually shelled, yeah, okay. Unfold. I'll take it. That's gonna be okay for now. Yeah, you can look at the UVs and be like, that's not couple issues. It's really hard to move these too. I wonder why. I don't know why this is such a heavy transform for it. It's kind of, it makes me feel like Maya's gonna crash. So I'm gonna reset Maya now after I save this. It was greedy to even try to move this before I reset it, but we're gonna start. We're gonna restart. I'm not even gonna rescale it. Let's just save and let this thing restart. Could be something else. Could be history. I don't know. But once you start seeing like, hey, why is the cursor kind of funny in Maya? Like, what's going on? Like, is that how it always? It's gonna crash in like the next like minute. I've streamed multiple of those. Okay, we save. We're on 27. I'm gonna restart this thing. Put the boot back up. I don't know. I feel like there might have been like a code merge at some point, but like the modeling toolkit and that UV toolkit on the side, those are not native Maya. I mean, what is native? I mean, the hotbox, anything like the hotbox, normal mod, like there's a lot of those modeling tools are like stock Maya from like way back, like alias Maya. But like all those other ones got added in, so it's like you never know if they're gonna like, if they're like conflicting behind the scenes. Like it's not like fully integrated. I don't know. It just weirds me out that these UVs were so slow to move. Like, let's see if they're hard to move now after a fresh restart. They are. Why? Why is that such a heavy thing to move? That's so weird. This is another reason to use ZBrush, because in ZBrush you could move like a million polygon UV tile and it's like, whatever. Maya, why is this slow? What is going on with this thing that is so slow? It's so weird. That's very odd. Is it history? But what kind of history is it trying to like preserve? I don't know. I don't think so. Why is this shell so heavy? There it goes. Oh, it was history. What history was on this that was making that so slow? I don't know. Weird. Anyway, let's combine these together. Oh, I was UVing. That's fine. UVs are like non-destructive really, so. But if I was doing mesh stuff, we wouldn't work on a duplicate. So we have our two gloves. These are just the same, so we'll just merge these. History, transform. These are just gloves now. And oh no, we don't even have to do that. We can just do a polygon level mirror. This one. Okay. And then give me all the things and just do like a basic layout for now, just so that they're not on top of each other. All right, we'll come deal with that soon. Okay, so the gloves are done. Save, and yeah, always crushing history if things are lagging in the UV phase seems to do it. And if you're in the UV phase, you shouldn't have like procedural histories or like anything like that anyway on it. So the belt, yeah, is that it? Just the belt and the shoulders chilling. This should be pre-UV'd. This buckle, I went and UV'd this already. These have all been merged together, which might be a mistake. We might want to keep these separate in the texturing phase, but we'll see if I can get the substance painter stuff done correctly without it, with them being one mesh. It's just like easier to not bring in like this is 5 pieces, it's just one. But we're getting weird aliasing projections happening, so I think they might have to come in separate. That's UV'd, you're UV'd, this is not UV'd, and not pruned yet either too, right? No, it is actually. This had its ends cut off, that's fine. So we'll UV this one to start. I should have UV'd these loops. I definitely should have. I don't know why I didn't. So we'll just like reset the UVs with a camera-based one. This back face never gets seen, so we could just like completely get rid of it as well, like delete it, but we'll just cut it off. So now this will open up like a box. This is just straight, and there's no edges holding it down, so that should be fine. So hull, this one, unfold. Oh no, you fucking serious? How is something like this non-manifold? Oh man, trauma. This is how details get deleted out of the mesh. How is this not manifold? What the fuck? Okay, well, let's. What are we doing here? 286. There's 200. Oh, never mind. I see. Okay, because we have the other object in there. Hold on. Nothing. What? You. How is something like this? This is like literally a cube. Non-manifold. How? What could it possibly be on this object? That doesn't make any sense. But we try again. This one. What? I'm gonna delete this whole shit. This whole thing. Such a non-manifold. What? I'm gonna come. I feel like I had this before, and I figured it out. Is it being in that view? Is it being in ISO sometimes is kind of weird for it? No, dude, you gotta be kidding me. This piece is not. I mean, I'll just model it again, like right now. This one. I'm gonna do the belt, and I'm gonna come back. That doesn't make any sense that that's not manifold. So is this thing UV'd? Where is this? It looks like it'll just open, except for the back. Let's just see what this thing does. Holy crap! What this belt is not manifold. Maybe it's. I swear I already UV'd this, but I don't know. What parts? What part? Is it worth running a clean? Okay, we're gonna save as. I'm gonna try some shit, and then if not, I'll just remodel this fucking belt. Like, let's do this one. Maya here. 28. I mean, this is trash anyway. I just wanted to finish it. What's a big one? This part's made out of metal. There's cleanup tools that might do. I don't know what it is. It doesn't look like it's a vert thing or a face thing, but there's other things in Maya that can go wrong. Where is cleanup? Cleanup. Oh, what's FN? FN is some. Oh, face normals. Yeah, that's about now actually. Okay, we got to go into like actual surgery mode on this thing. Okay, let's look at all these faces. Give me the face normals. What are we looking at? Are there no normals on this object? This like kind of happened before too. Are there no normals? So what about reverse? Reverse. Wait, it's this one. Normals to face and reverse again. I still don't see them. Are they small or something? Is that what's going on? This was face normals. Mesh. It's mesh display. Yeah, this is it. I was using set to face. Fixed a couple normal issues we had in the bake. What am I looking to do? Oh, I want to do the normal size. Where is it? Normal size. Where are you? Display? Is this? Face normals, vertex normals, normal size. There we go. Okay. So this is like a thing where there's like not normals on the mesh or something. And I fixed this, and it's because of the terrible construction style I did for this. Yeah, we're doing quadra all the way for all the base meshes next time. So this was like, this was a topology tool extract from ZBrush, and things can go wrong, even on something as stupid as this, if you do it that way. Like, are there not normals on this object? How come I can't see them? That has me concerned. Let me double check I understand what this is actually doing. Let me grab this one. Okay, no, I'm wrong. I'm not turning on face normals correctly. What the hell is this doing then? Where's the face normal? Am I in ISO? What is going on? How come I can't is it the size? They are small, but at one they should be like 0.4 is normal. Where are they? Are they here? Where's the normal of the face? I'm gonna give this thing a cleanup, and then I don't know what's wrong with it. But you can't send this to Painter, basically. This is telling you right now this won't work in Substance Painter. Oh, I added cleanup here. Okay, what you got for me? Let's see. Cleanup matching polygons. Select matching polygons to see it. Apply. History clean out might be the move too right now. Hold on, let's give this thing a. Set it back. Just to verify. That's just the shapes. Okay. Let's check this out again. Okay, so don't clean it up. Just select it. Apply to all polygonal objects. Apply to selected. Just to selected ones for sure. History doesn't matter. So we want to look for faces with more than 4 sides. Concave faces. Faces with holes. I don't know if we care about that. Concave. Let's see what this is. Faces sharing all edges, non-manifold. That's pretty much what we want, is this. We want to see what that is. Geometry only. Okay, give me. It's in this belt. What is it? Is it? That's this piece here is non-manifold. There's like 3 vertices that's ruining this entire piece. And they're right here on the back edge of this. I guess I can see that. It's kind of interesting. So there. Those are the problem. The troublemakers are in here, and it's because it's merged together. Oh, wait, is this the weird face here? That it doesn't like them through each other. Is that the problem? Was that really it? That's the issue. I feel like something else is wrong. Find out though in a second. If this will let me freaking UV it. There we go. Oh my god. On a belt. Let's do 104 to. I just merged to center. Nah, that didn't. Dude, what is wrong with this? Okay, I'm gonna just try like a blind cleanup. Otherwise, I have to make this piece from scratch and just like I don't understand how this piece could be so screwed up. It feels like it's this belt because this thing came from ZBrush and it's just even though it's just like freaking quads, I don't understand. I'm gonna let it actually do it. Clean up the non-manifold stuff. I don't know what geometry only means, but we'll do normals and no, fix the whole thing. Did that do it? What's this cut? We'll see. Okay. So let's do I'm on. Let's go to all that. Give me all these edges. That look at least it UV'd. That's a plus. Wait, is it doing all the objects? Wait. Oh, you know what? This might have been too early to start to merge these together. We'll do it this way. I think we don't merge together until we go skeletal mesh. I think this was too early. It makes things a little bit more complicated. So we'll sew those back together. Camera based. What did that just say? Was nothing selected? Wait. How come this won't sew? Oh man, this is such a mess for such a simple mesh too. Like what the? What is this that it won't sew that back together? What the fuck? I'm so sad. What a dumb place to get stuck on this thing. There we go. My god. It's a regular 4K monitor. It's just regular UHD 4K. Okay. So this does have a bit of an odd finish, right? So we want to cut it like here. Cut. So then this hole should be fine. I don't know what happened with the non-manifold. That is an error that you will get in Substance Painter when things are not done correctly. But on a belt, not normally an issue. Okay, and this one we just cut open. Did it go all the way through? Definitely should have. Oh, okay. Oh, we still have this loop. Well, I'll still just open it this way. Oh no, come on. Where is it? This one. And all the way back. I'll just chop it right off. And then open this edge and this edge. This piece is, this should be one, oh no, I shelled off the back, that's fine. And then this one. Okay, how about you now? You gonna be fine? Hey, okay, so there's some weird non-manifold nonsense. Make the base meshes in Maya. No ZBrush. For me, anyway. I don't know. I have a hard time keeping the geometry, like, nice. Otherwise. Okay, well, that took forever, but at least it's done. Lay these all out. It's fine. We'll sort them all out. Now, did I delete the buckle or something? What's up with this? Oh, no, the buckle's here still. I think this is still being laid out. Nah, it's still in there. Okay, yeah. So even if you like sub-select faces, you're still UVing the whole thing because the non-manifold geometry was in here. And I don't trust ZBrush pretty much. Like it can be done, but like the way you like make ZBrush stuff trustworthy is you retopo it in Maya. Next. This is a symmetry thing. Now this is extremely low poly too. The thing is I hand modeled it, so my only recourse at this point is to smooth it. And that's going to be kind of fine from like a rigging point of view. It may not be fine from the high poly was not really done that way. So this is like too low poly to go in. I can't edge loop it at this point. It would need like a legit smooth modifier, meaning I'm putting the cuts back in it. So should I UV it first and then put the cuts? Or how do I want to open this thing up? Or leave it like cartoonily low poly? I'm gonna leave it low poly for now, and yeah, we'll just leave it low poly. But this thing can use an upres pretty badly. So let's just take this thing and give it something. And let's see. I can pretty much, this actually has a full thickness, which is one of the only pieces that's gonna go in the game like that. We could probably completely separate this as like a hull. Out of here. Like this doesn't need a continuous edge. Because Substance Painter will still sense the curvature of this. Like if we were like looking for like dirt accumulation in like this curvature map part here, it's still gonna pick up on that, even if we UV it separately. You couldn't hand paint it very easily, but you could. It'll still see it. So we can start by chopping this thing out of there. Can I get it selected though? That's the question. There it is. Unfold it and just like over here. So the next part, I'm not really super concerned with keeping this all as one piece. We could unfold it like a box, but then it's going to take up a lot of room. So we could just chop off this entire back piece too. And really, this is a pretty large waste of UV space back here because you're never going to really see too much of it. But I wanted to leave it because I don't know, when I rig it, I'm not sure how much of this might move in like kind of an unpredictable way. And you just end up seeing under it, and I'm not really sure. We're going to cut this. You can only do UV shell here, but then you can grab it there, unfold that piece at the bottom. And then we're left with like this leather trim kind of situation. And this can just open up like a box. So just corner cut all of these to free it open. And the inner part, we might need to do something with that too, but let's see how this cut looks to start. This gets more complicated had I smoothed it and then beveled the edges or something. It's like the UVing becomes a little bit more of a task. These don't really need to be continuous. I don't know if it's going to help or like loosen this up if I cut these inner parts. I kind of wanted to know how this would UV before I smoothed it anyway, just so I would know, like, because we'd have to do this, but there'd be beveled edges and stuff would be a little different. Cuts. Oh, it helps it a decent amount. So if we just completely pulled those out, see, like, this is bad though, that like kind of weird. Like if we do the heat map, this is gonna be like kind of crunched down there, but they are small in the corner kind of parts. So as long as like the big chunky this part is fine. This is kind of weird that it doubles back like this. It's not one just arc. Is that the outer edge? Is that the smaller edge? It's weird that it doesn't M. But well, it's weird. It's weird. I don't know. I guess, do you just cut this whole inner area out? Substance Painter will still treat it like it's not, you know, like the geometry is there. It won't affect it. I could chop that hole out, but I might just leave it like this for now. Layout. Oh no. What? Oh, do you have to select stuff? Is that what? Yeah, fair enough. Okay, well, I'll just leave it like this for now. I just want to get this whole thing in subs and project it and see how it goes. If there's like big problem areas and it's like this looks like a ridiculous toy or something like that, then I can come in, add some subdivisions and bring it back. This, oh yeah, mirror. Okay, and just give this whole thing a big layout. There's two of them. Gonna be the same exact thing down here. History transform, why not? And this is the last piece, I think. How come this still has like weird stuff on it? Well, let's get rid of all of this geometry. It's also a reasonable time to do this. Okay. Did we cut in half? We didn't. Gone. And camera based, and same thing, there's just two of them. We'll just do it the exact same way. We might have to completely chop these out, or this, actually chopping those off in the middle might be the move. Oh, and this still has like a retaining edge. So sometimes this gets bad. When you delete geometry here, sometimes this doesn't work very well. I think as long as I re-UV it is okay. But now this UV is invalid now that I've done that. Like you have to completely do this again. Even though nothing's gonna really change, it's not gonna, it doesn't like that. Like if you like delete faces and they're like referenced in the UV, it won't work. Either in Unreal Engine or Paint or somewhere it doesn't like that, I forget. Okay, so we're gonna take all of this edge out. I don't think, oh, the fast way of selecting it is like, oh, this is one polygon. Oof. Well, we'll see how this looks. Oh no, oh, I just misclicked. It's this one. This one. So those are the inner. We'll just completely free those out. Those are going to get chain meld. So it's good to have these be kind of square. Yeah, these are really low poly. But then again, there's not, adding resolution there is not going to do a bunch. I'm not going to bend it. Like I've seen people like kind of bend these. I don't even mind kind of like Clone Wars looking cut. Then I can grab the hulls of these, this one and this one, unfold. Yeah, so those will be nice and open for the chainmail texture. We don't want them to be like bended, like too bended, distorted, kind of like what's happening to the outer shell of this. And we'll grab this entire back piece into the same thing. So here to there. Cut. Shell, fold. That's fine. So I think I should probably completely cut out this middle piece. Like there's no way that's gonna hold. So we'll see how this feels. To cut that out completely. And that would probably have, if I had taken that approach with the sides too, probably would be okay. Cut. Hull. Fold. Yeah, like it's pretty straight. And then we got to open up the corners and we'll see what we get. It's going to be kind of like a longer, weird version of the other shoulder piece I made. So all four looks like it. Cut. Shell. I'll take it. That's fine. I have no idea. Okay. It's this way. And history, transform, mirror. Oh, I did a poly unite. Dangerous. Just in case. History. That one. Wrong button. And then kill the mirror transform. Okay, so I think everything's pretty much UV'd at this point. Let's see. What are we gonna do now? Okay, so now it's time to plan out like how many texture sheets we're gonna have. So I'll bring everything back. And then we also need to start to look at like textile density and kind of that sort of uniformity stuff. So everything now at this point is going to get the texture material. This one's not super great for like the very small details. This is flipped, stuff like that. So on the chest immediately I wanted to, I never really finished doing this layout, so I'll do it now. These need more resolution and we have it for sure. Like generally, this is the belt buckle unwrapped, I think. Like generally these don't need like a ton of space because they're so small, but where they are on the body is like front and center. Like it's probably the first thing you see after the face. One of the first ones because they're shiny, like they're metal. So they're pretty prominent. So we're gonna like give them a lot of textile space in a second. And it's also going to help us with our aliasing in Substance Painter because they're small, and then we're on a 2K texture, and then the aliasing is, there's not enough resolution to hold this stuff basically, and it projects weird white lines and stuff like that. So I can pretty much just put these in like a row and then just scale them up and just stick them on the gutter of this thing. I'm not going for like hyper optimized UV placements. We just want like enough resolution to see what's going on. Could probably stick them in like one line, to be honest. But we'll see. Yeah, so these can just get like big. I mean, we have a ton of room on the bottom if I really dedicate this entire thing. These could be massive, but that's like, they're like twice, 4 times the textile density of this thing anyway, so I'll leave it. I think a little smaller. But that's going to make selecting these things easier in Substance Painter. So that was an issue on the last one. Okay, so let's think about how I want to do this now. Well, let's get them. Well, so there's a definite situation where these gloves don't work from a rigging point of view, so I want them off. But then the thing is, like, this mesh wasn't finished to have them off, so I was gonna give this its own texture sheet. Hey, what's up? Yeah, you want it right now? I can get it for you. Is it an App Store? You buy it off of this?
It's just in Toka.
Okay.
That's not right. Those are the trailers of the. Up there. Because I can't really find it. So let me find it. Well, sometimes it's just too little file. Not quite sure what's going on. Where is it?
Let me know when you find it. Yeah, no rush, no rush. Because I'm going to shift this one. We need some shell padding. I'm going to say like 10. I think we're going to want a lot more than that. Oh, and I want this too. We'll do 2020. Or 2048. That's fine. I'll take more, but that's fine. So we're going to have the gloves come in as their own skeletal mesh, though I don't really have anything to... These won't look good on their own. I am going to give this thing also its own. So there's going to be a lot of textures already. This whole thing is its own. Oh, these were UV'd together, but I brought them in separately. This belt should also go on this. Like, this is like all the upper body stuff together. Or all the accessories could also be on their own. The thing is, if I integrate this into here, I have to go relay it out. Yeah, I guess I will. I think that makes sense. Okay, so now I just got to go clean up this disaster. So we'll see. Everything this goes together. That just feels right to have those all be together. And then maybe we'll put the shirt and the armor together, and then the gloves are their own one. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 texture sheets. That's a lot, but I'll take it. There's the big belt. Okay, so now we're kind of fighting for space a little bit more. This is all belt stuff. Belt stuff. We'll put those together. Belt ends. Belt loop. This one and this one. Okay, so this was kind of jamming more in there. I kind of laid it out before. I'm going to put this one with the other belt ends. Belt ends. this one. So am I really going to scale down the chest to accommodate something like this? I mean, these are huge, so it's part of the problem. This is, okay, these are all not safe. You can't overlap these at all for Substance Painter. So I should go through and kind of like put all like the similar little parts together. Like these go here, kind of. And just spend time in here. This is the main problem, is this conflict here. And it's because this is bent. I don't feel like doing in a line. I have like no idea with the textile density now. I think this is like, these are like massive, because those are the same as this. This loop, I don't know if it exists anymore. So I'm going to unify the textile density of these pieces to this one. So whatever the textile density of this is, we're going to apply to these ones. Set. Oh, what? They're massive. Oh, because like those are tiny belts and this is a huge belt. Oh, I just made my life worse doing that. Almost putting these belts on their own thing. That's kind of nuts. That's a lot of texture. That being said, this is not going in a video game, really. I'm just going to be using this for VTubing and practicing. Might put these belts on their own situation. I think that's what's going to happen. Let them live free. Okay, so we're going to just do these on their own. Oh, no. Oh, I forgot to put those on the chest. And so when you do this, when you bring this into Painter as one piece, it projects it all the way through. Extracting those is such a pain in the ass, though. Like, let's see. I might just stick these together. Then these three become their own sheet. It's a lot for that. It probably never happens. But let's do a layout. And I kind of want to put those on their own too. I don't want the AO. I don't want it to calculate AO between these things. Like it's not needed. And then there's like a ton of room in here. How much of a pain in the ass is this gonna be strip off? I don't like the way it projects it. So these always needed to be on their own. So yeah, I'm gonna start to pull these out. This sucks. First VTubing Witcher? I bet you there's not. I mean, the Witcher's been around for so long. I'm sure someone else has done it. Okay, so we are mid extract. We want these to go onto this sheet here because I don't want these projected through onto the chest. That was looking messy. So you really do bring in more parts than I thought. You don't do this like combining thing until you're skinning it. So I kind of learned that the hard way, or recently. So we pull these out. History. It's going to be like a billion pieces. Yeah, it is. Okay. Is this all still one mesh? Let's find out. So this is just the chest now. And then there's like a million pieces for the armor. And you probably even like keep these separate. I'm not really sure. But I have to pull these out and then I have to go do the same thing to the high poly too. And it's like all cascades into more work. But let's do MHW chest low. And then I got to sort these all back out. So the question is, I want this buckle to be super clean. Like it has its own low poly. And I want the texture, which is metal, to be super clean on it. And it's been very muddy, and I don't know why. It was probably like not enough textile density. Or I have to keep them as separate objects. Like the buckle has to be a separate object when I bring it into Painter. But I just want to merge them all together, because otherwise I have to like, you know. So I'm going to try to merge these here. But if they're super dirty, I think I have to keep the buckle separate. We'll find out. So combine, history. This is now MHW chest straps low, which we don't have a high equivalent of this at the moment. Should be all UV'd. And so now we're gonna have basically a texture sheet that's all the belts all together, and they'll all be the same texel density. And we have like huge half piece missing. I could almost stick like one of the armor pads in there or something. And I guess it's actually not too late to do this. We could try to auto layout again. I mean, I haven't committed to this yet. We haven't put them in. So like actually we could probably do an auto layout in here that's reasonable. Maybe that's okay. The thing is I wanted to like kind of really beef up the texel density of the straps because this is only a 2K texture. So I think I could probably still go back and find like these specifically were really lacking. So I could lay these out. Oh no, careful. I'm like gonna scale like the actual geometry. I could take, okay, I'm still scaling the actual geometry shells. I could take these and try to give them like space like up here or something like that. So let me try that again. It's just time. It's just taking time and just laying it out nicely and like make it so that it's like adjustable as needed. But now these are like extra big, right? Like way, way large. But like that's still better than what it would have been. So these are like double, quadruple texel density, but I feel like they need it. And mostly these are the belt buckles. These ones, so they're bigger now. So we'll see how that goes. These need to be kind of like separated probably. Did you find it?
No, but I found my second thing that I want.
Okay.
The modern mansion.
Okay, but are you on it right now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. 1 sec. Gimme. Yeah, I think it works. Good luck.
Yeah.
So I'm putting them back on 1. They were taking up not enough room. But these have a little bit more room, and as needed, I can kind of come in and like beef them up a little bit. There's still a lot. I think I'm missing some selections, but there's still a lot of room in here to optimize where we're going to need it. So we'll see how it bakes. So these are coming in as separate objects, but into Unreal, well, in Unreal Engine, actually, this whole thing is one piece. But as far as a texture sheet is concerned, we're going to go with this. So at this point, we take, so we have to make even more materials. Let's do these as blends. I guess it doesn't really matter. But this is like, Mat 1 chest. This will be 1 2K texture and will also be an element ID on the final. Now we don't want to conflict with the high. This gets confusing with the colors because we're relying on these colors to do the color IDs on the high poly too, and we don't want to mess those up. But we'll slowly figure this out. Hard magenta. Let's see how it goes. Okay, and I lost my selection, right? So this, and this. So like basically the whole upper body minus the armor, or the whole chest minus the armor is going to be this. Is going to all show up. Now we're bringing them into substance as different objects, but in Unreal Engine they'll show up as one texture, and then in substance they'll all show up as one texture as well. Not material, but texture. Okay, next is going to be these, and probably the shirt could all go together. That seems okay. And we'll call that whatever, like upper body. I don't know. Let's keep. Can you duplicate materials? It's not easy. Or I don't know, maybe it is like, wait, that's not it. We want Mat 1. This one, can you duplicate? That's not worth it. Blend, we'll call it Mat 2 armor shirt. And I'll make it blue. So we'll grab this, and this. all UV'd into one sheet is, how come this is the order though? Maybe when I refresh it, this will come down here. I need groups of materials at this point. Those are all going to be one texture sheet. We need to smooth that. The gloves are going to make it its own one because they might just like not come along. It's going to look terrible if I do that, but Mat 3 gloves, blue. Assign, they're all UV, yeah, like that, okay. And then we'll do these together, these ones. That's fine. Okay, so we're gonna do the last material for now is another blend called material for lower body. Okay, leave it gray, it doesn't really matter at this point. Green. So it's these two and green. Okay. So that's UVing and texture sets. Definitely an expensive character. Plus the MetaHumans. There's a lot of texture memory. Like this is like, I don't know, 500 megabytes or something like that. It's a lot of texture memory. Depends on how big the textures are. And how we combine roughness, metallic, and stuff like that. But it's a lot. Like, probably the better way would be like completely upper body and completely lower body, something like that, if these ever got mixed together. And then I don't know how you do LOD ones. You might have an LOD one where it's like all one texture sheet or something like that. Things like that might happen in Unreal Engine 2. You might be able to actually have that like auto happen. So important is to get your edge stuff right here. For this one, we're just going to go all soft, but there are cases definitely on like pieces like this where you want hard edges. Those are like super low poly, but it doesn't really show up in the silhouette too hard, just really right there. So it's not the worst. Okay. So to send this out, we need to have, don't necessarily need to show it. We need to have 1-to-1 matching of these. And so I changed how the buckles work. So let's do this in order, right? So let's do shirt first, right? So it's going to go shirt and then chest. This is already named kind of awkwardly. Okay, and this one said high, so that's not good. So this is the low poly shirt, then the low poly chest. Let's go to chest straps next. How many straps do we have? Oh, I completely separated these out because I was freaking out about the... I still don't know how to fix the aliasing, so we'll do this. Lower, higher. Now we have chest straps, which I think was actually would go here. And then we have the belt. And then we'll go to armor, shoulder, upper armor, pants, and the gloves would be after this. Gloves, this needs a low under it. Then pants low, boots low. These are all named in a fairly reasonable way, and it's time to save as. I'm gonna try to take this whole ass thing to Substance Painter now. Okay. So the main difference now is that in the high poly, I have, oh, the stitches. That's fine. They don't need to have an equivalent. Those are already separated. These got separated. So I got to separate these little strappies out. That's not how. That's looking okay. And we separate. Kill history. Oh my goodness. Okay, so then this piece, we got to pull them all out. Oh, we pulled them all the way out, but this one back in here. And this one is now MHW chest high. And then all these little pieces we're going to recombine back into chest straps just to stop the projection. They're going to project with each other, but hopefully it's not a problem. Gonna combine, transform history. This goes back in here, and so now we have, I think, all the matching pieces, and we'll sort the order out. MHW chest straps high. Saving. Okay, so let's get the same order going. We have the shirt high, and the shirts, we'll do materials after. There's a whole other material workflow for the high poly stuff, but the shirt has the stitches combined with it. These stitches are a little small. It's a factor of actually how you UV it, so it's hard to say, but they're a little small. The chest next, so shirt high, shirt low, chest high, looks good. Has some extra details in it. Chest low. Then we're gonna go to chest straps, which is this one. These are the high poly sub D ones. Shoulder strap low, lower high, so that's kind of confusing. Upper high. Belt waist low, belt waist high. Armor shoulder here. Armor shoulder upper arm. Gloves, then pants, then boots. So maybe this is all named right, maybe it's not. So the next thing is for the high poly. Oh, what is this? What's this? Oh no, you're still in here? That's interesting. I'll just delete it, I guess. We're not doing this piece for now. Oh no, careful. We don't want to accidentally delete like one random poly somewhere. Oh, and these ones. Okay, I think that's safe. So now we have to unify all of these. So every material in this case, and they have to be significantly different colors, every material here in the high poly will be a material ID. So you organize it by like what you want. Like this should look kind of already like the final colorization, whereas the other one doesn't. It's like big grouping of colors together. It's different looking. The tolerance is in the color selection. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I think I saw your comment. Yeah, and someone else said that too. Yeah, I'll try that. Okay, so what we want to do in this phase is unify everything that should be like the same type of leather needs to be the same material. It's a little treacherous in Maya to do this because Maya doesn't handle these multiple selections all that well. So to start, I'm going to send it as is. And the thing is like the low poly is the project. The high poly is procedural. You can just, or whatever, you can just keep re-importing. It's not a big deal. If you have to change anything on the low poly, you pretty much have to start over. So getting the coloring right here, we can keep trying basically. Whereas this is the project. Like that's you're buying this one basically. So we're gonna send this whole thing gets to go out as one mesh. Hooray. Maya. I'm gonna make a new 2Substance painter. So we're gonna say 2Sub painter final lol, but probably not. We can say MHW game mesh 01. So that's this piece. This is what we're gonna rig to the skeleton. And then these got to go out individually. Still named correctly, but it doesn't work if you send them in all. You can't like grab this whole thing and export it. It doesn't work. And it probably hits Maya's polygon limit because like this shirt is like, you know, sculpted. It's massive. So we just got to export them one by one. And the naming of the export, I don't think matters actually. You just need to be able to find it is the main problem. So we're going to export selection one by one. And I should write a script for this, but didn't. MHW shirt. Hi. Now, do I want it? Because are we going to keep overriding them as I come inevitably to rechange the colors on them? I guess we're going to just keep overriding. Done that way. File, export, selection. MHW chest, high. Export selection. MHW chest straps, high. File export. MHW shoulder strap lower, high. I could copy and paste these, I guess. I could copy this slightly faster. Copy. Export selection. Copy. I don't know if there's a faster way of doing this, but if you had like a million pieces, which is why I don't want to have those as separate pieces, I'm trying to keep it minimal. Those are big. Okay. There's quite a few things that could have gone wrong at this point, but we'll see. Okay, time for the real Substance Painter file with everything in it. No human mesh, but I don't have like even an approximation of like the MetaHuman shader for like the head or anything, so whatever. What was it, crashed last time? Is that what that just said? Wait, is it not opening? Oh no, there it goes. Okay, so file new. Unreal Engine 1 doesn't super matter, I don't think. You can program how you want the materials to get combined and stuff later at the end. I want the game mesh, this one. And let's see how our UVs, texture sets in general over. Okay, so the belt needs to be smooth. Oh god, the belt. This belt is my nightmare, this non-manifold belt. We're gonna fix it though. Oh, this, gotta remember the move. Okay, it's middle mouse. So now basically every material that we put on this here, there's 4, they are up here. And so these are gonna be, each one of these gets 4 materials. It's gonna get your textures. It's like, you know, color, normal, and metallic, and however what we want to break that out. But basically it's like the chest. And okay, I didn't rename this one, so it's not consistent, but so it's like the chest materials, the lower body materials. That must be like an AO thing, and it's like sensing the floor, but we'll see how that works out. The gloves, like it's a whole own one, and then the armor and the shirt. Is it the shirt? This is the shirt. Oh, this is the, yeah. Okay, I see it. Yeah. So that came in correctly. This is pretty shit. So we should. Why didn't I guess I need to rename that the chest material? Huh? Weird. And so like this matters too. You want to set the smoothing on this. So this is like a stupidly low res thing, but it can still look better than this. This was our non-manifold. Like, does it even have normals mesh? But it clearly has normals because it picked it up. But anyway, not quite ready here. So we're gonna take this piece and I'm gonna ISO it. Grab all the faces, rather all the edges. See, it like doesn't pay to like combine all these because now it just makes this whole thing like selecting it harder. There's a way to convert this selection to edges. I just gotta go find it. Modify? Convert? No. That's like converting the mesh. We want to convert the selection. I remember how to do it. If I just switch to edges like this? Nope. Okay, so let's do this then. We'll sub ISO just this polygon group and try to do it through looping. Oh, that's gonna work. That's fine. Actually, it's just those that need to be smooth, really. So we'll see how this goes. Everything else can be hard edge. That's okay. Nah, really, actually, I want the whole thing to be soft. We'll take the whole thing as it's leather, so we'll just do that. A little bit not so happy with that back here. I get it though. I see why. But I think that's gonna bake the best though if we pre-do that. So just kind of giving those things like the smoothing groups is basically what that is. Like if you get like smoothing group errors in Unreal Engine, it's pretty much these things, unless you're in Max. A little bit with this, but that's just Maya, and ultimately all it matters is Unreal Engine. Like we don't even care about Painter if this is wrong, but we'll have to see. But that's better. The material name of this thing is really bad. Don't know what happened there. I swear I made it. I didn't call it that. I guess I'm dead wrong. No, it's this, I guess. Oh, I assigned the wrong one. That's the high poly one. That's the high poly one. Shouldn't matter too much. Okay. So I need to make if this turns into like an absolute disaster, I need to be clear that like these materials are for the low poly and then there's materials for the high poly, which I'm probably gonna have to come sort that out in a bit. Like it's a mess out there. So my color IDs are gonna be insane. We're gonna have like 50 masks because we have too many. Like there's not this many materials on the character. But anyway, that one. And we try again. So smooth this, rename the material, because, I mean, we're going to be working on this project for a little bit, just might as well name it correctly. Yeah, okay, so let's take these ones. In this phase, it's okay for them to be in this null. Later, they can't be in that null. Unreal Engine doesn't like that. O2, we're just going to override it. There's no reason to keep that other one. And we make a new one. Okay, better. So smooth now. Let's see how this is rendering out here. It's okay. There's not a lot of geometry like to hold like an edge like that. It's a little shaded weird, just like Maya kind of indicated that it would shade oddly, but we'll see. And now we have these in order like I want: the chest, the armor, the gloves. So that's these over here. Okay, so next is to do our first attempt at baking this thing. 2048 for now. It's a lot of memory to go to 4K. So we need everything but the game mesh. Like that. I don't know what dilation width is. I think that's the it adds really streaky, weird buffer lines around each island of the UV. I don't really know why that has to happen. We'll start like this. The shirt's going to be the funny one. Aliasing will start at 2. Match is by mesh name, low high. I don't really care about this ambient occlusion, but it's going to preview it in the thing and the 3D viewport, so we'll do mesh only. We don't want the ground plane. It looked like that my shoes already had it, but it might be like I think it's the lighting preview. They do a lighting preview on the UV, so it looks kind of funny. All of this should be pretty normal. And it said it for this. I hope it's apply to all. I haven't done multiple. Hope this does it for all of them. We'll find out. Oh wait, can you? So it's only doing this one? I feel like it does all of them. Is it only doing the chest? I feel like it does all of them. Maybe not. You do them one by one? Okay, that's good to know. Oh, so you have to do them one by one. Interesting. Well, there's the chest projected on there. I guess that makes sense, because then, yeah, what if you get the chest right and you're like, oh, that's fine, but then you want to go fix the other ones? I get it. Okay. So that's the projection, right? So we have all of these projected on there. I didn't have enough resolution there. That's okay. Still some weird aliasing stuff happening. And yeah, this belt is like an absolute menace. I don't know what I did, but the belt's really sad. I don't really care. I'm going to quad draw all my base meshes. All the base meshes that came from ZBrush kind of were a disaster. So it's probably my fault, but anyway. Same thing. This is the same settings. So hopefully same in here. Mesh name. I'm assuming it's the same. So we'll see. That's nice because, like I said, I think the shirt's kind of a crazy one. That's what we're testing right now. It looks pretty good actually. So now the shirt has some detail in it. Has the stitches in it too. We'll see how the color ID map turned out. But that came out pretty nicely. And that's the armor too, which it's pretty bad. But we didn't really give this much to grab onto. Like I was saying, like I think these are a little low poly, so we might have to give them like a smooth and then like a bevel across the edge. But the cloth's pretty cool. That came out nice. The stitches. Not that that's like the final bake, but that's pretty nice. And so I get doing these separately now. Makes sense. Take the gloves down. Whoa, that one of those maps was crazy looking. Oh, we never put the knuckles back on, the brass knuckles, the pyramid knuckles, but it still baked them on, and they look fine. They're just not pointy. That's funny. I forgot to put the low poly version of it back on there, but maybe I'll leave it like that because then I don't have to rig those kind of in an awkward way. So those are baking okay. The belt, somehow this like tiny belt is like the worst thing on there. Then we'll bake the pants. These should be fine too. I haven't seen the boots yet though, so that'll be interesting. Yeah, okay. So they're looking reasonable. You can see where like I was going to put a strap, but then didn't. But yeah, so that these sculpt details, they're coming through. They're on the normal. These should be separate materials, and overall the bake is pretty good. Pretty good. We can definitely give some more edges for this baker to grab. Like it's trying to bake like a fully smooth object onto like literally a right angle. It's like a little bit bad on that. And we can help it out with the low poly mesh, and then there might be like cranking the aliasing, which you can do after. Like you can do all this work and then rebake the maps, and it's completely fine at that phase. So next is going to be color ID stuff. So I want to start with the chainmail because I've never seen chainmail on these pieces. So let's see if I have that in here. I don't think I do. I don't think so. So we're gonna go get my chainmail. Import resources. It's in my Substance Painter stuff. Stylized this one. I think this is the name of it. We're gonna call it chainmail style. We want it to be a base material, and we want it. Project. Is my project called Unreal Engine 4? Let's save. This is the first actual. I haven't been saving the tests. Substance Painter. MetaHuman Witcher. Version 1, in case we like make different, because we can take this and turn it into like a lot of different skins at this point. I can make like the armor like gold. I can make parts that are leather, metal, and it would still probably look okay. So that kind of stuff. Import resources. Go get it again. Here, Painter. This one. And I'm going to put it in the actual folder, I guess, the actual project. I don't really know what that means, but we'll see. There it is. It already has the preview generated. Nice. So we'll go to the chest to start. And let's drop. We're going to make the whole mesh chainmail at this point. Hey, that looks disgusting. And we'll test out our color maps. We'll see how this is going. Color map. Oh, this is the tolerance thing? Okay, so I'll mess with that in a second. We want gray. So it's there. I think this was 8. Look good. Yeah, that's pretty nice. And so where'd the mask go? Where's the mask? Is it this? Oh, color. Here we go. So there's this to hardness and stuff. Oh, whoa, look at that. Oh, tolerance. I see, because it's like a Luma key, basically. Interesting. And then there's hardness, too. I see. And an output value, too. Oh, you can change a lot of that. I mean, it's Substance Painter. This makes sense. So much of this is procedural. So this is like taking a color map and then doing a doing like a luma select, and then you have luma select or color select parameters basically. So that's the chest there. Let's do the armor. I've never put it on here. We'll see if the maps even came out correctly. So this one here, we'll make it okay. Make this 8. And then we'll put a color map on it. And we'll pick this one. Looks like they got selected correctly. There was a question because I think I screwed up the high poly select, but I think it's okay. Looks fine. So that's the wild cards, this chainmail one. All the other ones are like whatever, like they're stock. This was one I went and got. I was going to build my own, but that's looking pretty good. I think the main thing is I want these to be like really shiny, perhaps. And I think it's kind of black boxed, the actual solve, or the actual... Is it this? Oh, no. Oh, okay. So they give you roughness. Chainmail 1, color variation, interesting. Trim density. Oh no, this is very nice. This is a very nice material, whoever made this. Okay. Attributes, nothing. Okay, that's just like text. Okay, so that's kind of nice that we can come in here and change like the roughness, for instance. So let's look at like up here where you can... So there's chainmail color 1 and then 2. To me, it just looks all brown, but I don't see that really. I don't see that changing anything really. It's kind of showing up here, but it's very subtle. This one, I see it. Like this looks like primarily. So this is both with like the roughness is like way down. And I guess I kind of see it. It doesn't look great. It doesn't look like these are shiny rings. So I'm not really sure how this material got made. Like long term, if I was gonna like ship a game like this, I would have to go make my own chainmail material to have like full control over it. But for a demo, it's like that's pretty damn close. But they did expose a couple parameters. I'm assuming this is it's an SP raw or whatever. But I feel like you make these in Substance Designer and then you expose out the parameters you want, and then they get used here. But it's a good start. They're a little rusty. Is that this? Is that really this? So what if I desaturate this? This is at 0.273. How come it's like not updating here? Oh, is it only doing the shoulder ones? Is that what's going on up here? I don't really want this rust stuff. I get it, but I just want it to be kind of clean. So I'm just going to completely strip that out. And these are separate instances of the same material. Actually, it's pretty cool with the rust in it. I guess I kind of liked it. I guess I'll put it back. I'll leave it for now. Okay, so let's do the cloth next. This one and this one. So there's like a nice micro texture that comes for free. So same micro texture, and this one's like, I mean, he's in sunset, but this one's like a dark gray. This is a light gray, and then the stitches are basically white, and the stitches are basically the same color here, if there's stitches at all, actually. What's the chainmail slider missing? It feels like I don't have full control over the rings being metallic. So I don't know how much, like it has roughness on it, but I don't see like a metallics. Oh, here it is. Okay, never mind. It's this. And I should probably pull these out. Okay, so there is a metallic slider. There it is. Okay, this is it. And this needs to get tuned in Unreal Engine, but like now they're metallic. And so now if I pull the roughness out, these should be like mirrors, like chrome mirror. And they still don't quite do that. And it might be this intensity. They just don't shine like metal. But that's closer. I didn't see this like half metallic crap. Trim density? I don't know what that is. I should be looking at the 2D view much closer. Interesting. Oh, that's metallic. Oh, that's why. Okay, never mind. It was the wrong way. Metallic 1. Okay, there we go. So this, I don't know what the metallic shader is. There's something, okay, I don't do a lot of substance paint there. This in Unreal Engine will look completely different, and it depends on how you're gonna trace your reflections. But the metallic reflection here like never looks, it doesn't look right by default. So I think you can change it to like, um, it's just the way it's rendered. Because if that's full metal in Unreal Engine, that thing is a mirror. If we turn on almost any of the reflection ways that we do this. Oh, there's a slider called chainmail missing. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, does it like kind of like start to like pull them out? That's cool. I should try that. Okay, so this is full metallic, but we're gonna go back to zero point 0.5. I think that'll be okay, even in Unreal Engine, and we might be able to, because we've commingled this with the other shaders. We're not gonna really have as much control to change this later. Um, but we'll see. Okay, let's look at the channel missing. Does this like pull some of them out? Oh, what the hell? Oh, that's chainmail tile. Oops. Oh wow. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, good call. I didn't see it. Yo, so how do we change like the material under it? Did they give us that, or is that passing through? I think it's just black. That's pretty cool. I didn't notice that. Yeah, this is almost 100% like a substance designer file someone put out. I didn't notice that. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, it gives it like a little bit of randomness to it. So this take a little tweaking, and like really we got to bring it to Unreal Engine to really tell. But we can get it kind of close in here. Okay, that's pretty cool. So let's go do this cloth. Let's save. This file is going to be gigantic by the end. So we have this shirt. So there's a good shirt. I don't know if it's a smart material. Nah, it's just one of these. So the fabric rough aligned looks pretty nice. Or rough. I think the aligned is going to look better. We'll find out though. So now we have fabric, like humongous knit. Not that there's enough resolution on that to hold it, but like, you know, gigantic knit looking leather armor pieces. Boop. Click. So that's just this. And we'll kind of find a size that makes sense. The AO maps we could just turn off. Like, I'm not using the AO stuff from this kind of... Like, we're going to go into Unreal Engine. We have AO. We'll dynamically calculate the AO. It's this one. Yeah, there we go. That's looking pretty good. 6. 6 is pretty nice. I think 6 looks nice. And the stitches are white, so I mean, I could kind of leave them. They're like plastic white, but you know, it's okay. And then we'll just do a quick stylized leather. Is the color under it the bluish color? Maybe. It seemed like it was mostly black, but yeah, it should be kind of like, in this case, it should be like leather under there. Oh no. So stylized leather with some tweaking later on is going to be pretty nice. But to start, we'll just chuck it on there. Color map it. So this is the first time seeing the shoulders actually. So it seems very low resolution. Like the shoulders are a big part of this piece. And so we should probably go back and give this thing a bevel and a smooth, just like one smooth modifier would change a lot about the look, because this is so edgy, but not great. So I was playing with this yesterday. I think it's mostly, this is good. We want to tweak this curvature to be stronger. It's like edgeware, but again, we're so not beveled. It doesn't really pick up on it. And I didn't sculpt any of this either. Like we could have done a sculpting pass. It didn't. This one I can't judge the size, but I think the base, it's this base noise here, needs to probably usually be projected smaller. So maybe like 8. But you can really tell it on the chest armor at this point. So we'll kind of like copy those settings and bring them back. Oh, it's clearly a 3D projection too, this base noise. It's kind of cool. Okay. So I think that's like our first pass on that. Yeah, that's this and this, and so we'll come tweak it all together. It's all relative to each other, right? So we'll move on. Let's go back to the chest then, and let's do the stylized leather. We're gonna have to have like a bunch of these, unfortunately, because I didn't like fully unify like all the Maya texture sheets materials. So just probably more memory. Although it just requires a lot of substance painter memory when you do that, but doesn't matter for like the actual game in the end. Actually, it looks like I grabbed the leather pieces. Yeah, so like, look how much texture we have for these now. Like, big stuff. I'm not saying it's like perfect still, but these should be a little bit cleaner. They're still a little nasty, but we'll see. So I think I made this overall noise 8. Just makes the pattern on here finer, right? And you can kind of see like this roughness pattern here. We still do not have a tremendous amount of resolution. Like, it's just like, this is just right here, this tiny little, like if this is 2048, it's like, what is this, like 50 pixels or something like that. Like, it's not very much still in the end. This is when you start to go to your 4K textures, but I don't care about 4K for this one. Let's do the leather. Is it this that we liked? Yeah, that's pretty dope. It's all procedural. We can just, I mean, I can make it metal. I checked this out. This looks metal. It's like, it's okay. There's a metal collar. It's a little odd, but it looked pretty cool. But this is a good start, something like this. Now, we don't want to drop it in the fold of the smart materials. We want to close this up here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We just need to mask it. Maybe a little bit lighter. Kind of, again, it comes down to the Unreal Engine shader. Yeah. And then I'm just going to make the material like this, like a leathery, looks like a Voronoi leather or something like that. Is it this? Yeah, it's that. This just needs to be like way smaller. That's apparently not it. Really? It is this. So how do I scale this? What's going on here? Oh, it's this one probably. No, that's the brush stroke. This is the pattern. How come this isn't getting smaller? What's different? Is it this? No, these are adjustments. This is the leather texture. How do I make this smaller? What? UV projection. Oh, it's this. It's this cells pattern, right? Yeah, there we go. Smaller. Okay. I kind of regret not sculpting like the chesty part that happens in here, but lots and lots of details that can be added to this. And we save again. So I'm going to do stylized leather again for the final belt, this piece. Oh, and there's stitches. There's multiple stitches. And there's chrome. Nah, I got a bunch more, never mind. But we're going to put this one here. That didn't work for some reason. You know, I think this color's not different enough or something. No. Something else happened. What's wrong with this? Something else is wrong. If I put this layer here, this should cover that. How come white's taking over at this point? Something happened and I don't know how to fix it, so I'm going to delete it. That should flood it. And then we limit it. That worked. Okay. And then this one, we'll go to the base noise. I thought this was harder to do for some reason. No, that's the black leather was a more complicated piece. Had like a 3D Voronoi in it. And then the base color here, we'll make it a little bit lighter. Just down here. That's it, just a little bit lighter. Maybe that might even actually be too much. Like that, yeah, okay. Next is metal for the. Well, we have stitches and metal, so let's do the stitches. We can do the same kind of cloth. I think works out pretty well. The fabric aligned, yeah, that one. This will be the stitches. That one. And fabric aligned is a pretty simple material. Hopefully we could just do this. A little bit more saturation, a little less saturation, less bright, less saturation, something like that. And then here's where like definitely, because like this is like such a small selection, we got to deal with that stuff. Where'd my color section go? This. So here we can kind of play with the, actually it's not a tolerance thing, I think it's a hardness thing. Oh, I kind of see it kind of fading there. Oh, you're right. You're right. So it's I don't know. There's not a ton of resolution, so we're getting a little bit of white clipping, but this one's pretty good. Okay. And wait a minute. It picked the wrong. It shouldn't have done. Oh no. I see. I see. So it's about here. Okay. Something like this. It's reasonable. It was starting to clip into the metal. And then last, we'll just do like a. We don't want to get too nutty with the smart materials because it's going to try to do all this like curvature stuff, but there's like absolutely no resolution for that. So it just makes these are now metal. They're slightly cleaner. There's a weird box projection because I see. This is what happens if you have hard normals in Maya, is it's going to kind of like bake them in. So that's a bit off. So I need to, if I cared, I would come clean that up. Something's very wrong here. I'm assuming that's in the color map, but it could also be because I've baked it into the chest. But it's odd that this one's so perfect, but this one's so wrong. So who's taking that over? That usually means that, was that always like this? It is. It's this leather texture is like creeping in from here. Not that one. Oops, wrong one. Damn it. That was the wrong leather texture. That's the little one. We need the big one. This one. It's that one. Yeah, 100%. This is creeping too far from the color select. But, I see it projected here, like it projected through to the mesh. But why is it leather somewhere? I can't tell where that one is. I don't know where that is. But there's something, and unfortunately that's the one right by the face, so it's the one to not get wrong. It's this one. What happened to you? That seems fine. But what about... That's fine. I think it's on the substance painter side. I've done something a bit off. That's projecting leather. How come this grabs that? So it's got to be this color selection's not great. Is this color too close? What? Oh, now I screwed this up though. Now it's metal. Now the whole thing is metal. This happens when I like delete the mask and then come back. I don't know how to get it back working. Oh, it's off. Why is that? Something's wrong with this one, clearly. Like this metal texture should be there. and this one got mixed up. So there's something happening with that one. I'm gonna just do the overall piece still, and I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, so the gloves. So the gloves I broke up into like a million colors, and I just didn't put them back. So it's gonna be a thing. So it's pretty much stylized leather. One's brown, one's kind of gray. I'm gonna make it gray, not blue. Like these are kind of blue. But it's basically two stylized leathers. But there's like 50 groups, so they're gonna be a lot of the same one over and over and over again. This. It does a good job picking up on that. That's pretty cool. What's the back one? Oh, the back one's like full brown. It's a little brighter too. So let's make the blue one. Like this is our base material, and this one will go over it but be masked. Undo. I guess, wait, so this will be the brighter one. That's the base one. Base color. Just make it lighter for now. Something like that. And color map. I don't know if you can keep, I don't know if you can combine color. Oh, you can. Oh, I saw it. Yeah. So we can do this line. Wait a minute. No, it's the other way. It's the other. It's not that one. Can I undo that? We're gonna do this. I think that's it. And then let's just make this thing like really obviously different. Yeah, that's it. So whatever off color we choose, this is also the boot leather color, is what's gonna happen. It's not working because like its underlying texture, its curvature is also brown, so we got to tweak both at the same time. That's why it looks so funny, because there's still brown under it. Kind of like it's got worn off in the high area, but that's not what we're really going for. So I'll take the sRGB hex and kind of chuck that into, this looks like it has a color channel that should be like brighter. Like this is the worn color. So probably slightly desaturated and a little brighter. It's also kind of faking highlight the way that it kind of looks. So we'll go with like the blue leather that's kind of going on there. It's a reasonable match. Let's see if these came out as a different color too. And luckily stacking like 50 materials into the high poly, or like, you know, like there's too many colors, it's pretty easy to combine them back in Substance Painter. That's nice. Means I don't have to care so hard about that. And then we will use a smart material, but these are the wrong, those are the wrong pieces. I didn't actually ever put them back into honestly, probably the rusted one might look better. Let's just like way rougher. And does this have to go to the top? Oh yeah, this has to go above it because that one doesn't have a mask. Right, and then we'll do this. Nope, not that one. There we go. They're shiny. I just never put the pyramids back in, but that'll be easier to skin anyway, so that's fine. Okay, so we'll do the pants. And the pants are cloth, leather, blue leather. Cloth, leather, blue leather. So cloth, I can almost duplicate it, but I'll go find it. It's structured or aligned. Is that what this is called? Aligned. Aligned. Color mask. This one. Oh no, it's the same as the boots. Oh, I gotta go. Oh wait, no, I gotta bring in just these. Okay, so these were made the same color, so that's not good. Luckily, that's a different mesh, because otherwise it's kind of treacherous to try to select these high poly sculpting ones. It's kind of bad. These are the same color, but I don't want to select them because they're so massively high poly. Oh, we can combine the masks actually. So we'll make like a blue. We could use this color. Actually, it doesn't even matter. We could use any of these blue ones again because they're not repeated. So we could do that. That should be fine. So then we'll bring these two back in. I see why you bake the map separately. That's perfect. So these, oh, we had to do them individually. So file, export selection. These are pants high. I don't think I changed anything about those. All I changed was the color of these ones. So it's actually just these. So these are just boots high. It's the only difference. This one, just different material color. Back in here, looks kind of cool, actually, like that. But back in here is, we're gonna rebake lower from the same, but just in case, I'm gonna tell it to, in the case this got like cached, I doubt it's cached. It's probably pulling it directly from the file. Like these are huge, potentially big files. We'll pull out boots just in case. We'll put boots back in. Do it again. So it'd be exactly the same with a slightly different color ID mask down here. Seems fine. And now the color section. Oh, it's already done. It's already updated. Okay, cool. So let's see what makes this pattern a pattern. Oh, is it just this actually? Yeah, it's just that. 4, that seems about right. And these are darker. Yeah, just slightly darker and kind of warmer, but we'll just make them darker for now. And maybe those brighter after. And now the stitching is like super apparent. But we can color the stitches. Let's do the leather. So this is going to be just straight up stylized leather, just stock pretty much, just like a little bit smaller. I should go shopping for more of these, but these are just the base ones, and Substance Painter are so good I don't really have to. So we're going to combine these together. That's really nice that you can do that. And it was base noise, just straight up scaled, I think, to like 8. These ones are like kind of, they don't have as much edging on them, so they don't have, I don't know, they feel different, but it might be the lighting. Are they really the same? I guess they are. This is just so smooth. Luckily this kind of picks up on the sculpt, but it really needs it in the geometry. We're also getting this, which is I guess the tolerance maybe, and the color map possibly. I don't know about this. It's gonna start grabbing the stitches so quickly. Oh no, that did it. No, that's correct. Okay, correct. I wonder if I can duplicate this leather that I made, because it was kind of a thing to get to it. I don't know how easily I'll be able to copy this. Can I copy this whole thing? Copy layers. That seems like it. Or you can like make it its own material and try to apply it, but I'll try to just copy it. Paste layers as instance. Nah. Well, I guess technically, yeah. I do want it as an instance. Oh, did it bring the color map too or something like that? What's this? Does it have a color map? I don't want that, I guess. I'll try pasting it as its own thing. Okay. Oh, it brought the color selection along, I see. That's what happens. So we can't make it an instance. Okay, cool. So those are like the blue leather boots. Slightly different. What was I going to change? I like the kind of stitching as it is, actually. Like kind of like this. So I save. No. So this is the rough anyway. It's pretty good. It has its issues in places. I can see mostly this. This is pretty sad because that's like when we're doing close-ups, it's like, what? In the wide, it's not so noticeable, but I gotta fix that little issue. That's a weird one. I really don't understand what that is. But that came out pretty nice. Can you change the background color of this render? I could also reassemble these materials in Maya. That's gonna take me like 15 minutes to do that. It's kind of a pain in the ass. I don't know if I'm gonna rig it with the materials all assigned. Maybe I don't know if that helps or not. But let's see. Can I change the background color? Substance painter backgrounds. Must be. Okay, this is pretty old though. Oh, and preferences. Okay, so I don't know. This is super old though, so it's somewhere in preferences. That makes perfect sense. It's somewhere in here. Edit settings. It's probably settings, right? Python. Yeah, 100% is right here. Okay, it's blue. It's a little blue. Huh. Oh, and it's a gradient. No, thank you. So it's a little obnoxious on that side. But it just allows you to see the silhouette of it better. So this is it front lit. So that's like, especially in Unreal Engine, it's always going to look better front lit. It's not double-sided, but looks pretty good. Okay, I'm going to take a couple screenshots of this jam. I could hand paint that. There's that too. Let's see if I can fix that. That's the main issue. Sub painter here, form. Okay. Okay, so the chest material, something bad happened. I think with the AO, that's not black. And I'm not going to use the AOs anyway, so looking at the chest, what happened here? It might be I might need to rebake it. Is it a color ID thing? Can you see the color ID map? ID. So is it that the ID is a little wonky? Okay, so is it the ID map that's messed up? It is. How did the ID map get baked improperly? So it's somewhere here. It's one of the. It's this. The ID map is wrong. So what dictates the color ID map resolution? It's the color ID map. So it's definitely a high poly thing. This is pretty obviously separate. MHW chest straps high. MHW chest straps low. So it definitely is doing it. It's like a resolution thing possibly. But it's the identical. So it's very odd that came out so differently. But it's a pure color ID thing. It's a priority thing, generates the color of the buckles, then generates the leather and puts it on top of the metal one. So what would be the fix? Like, yeah, it was. I am like, the color ID map is wrong. So do you think I should change like the color ID map in like Maya? It's very odd, but but why is this one different? Because of the angle? I guess I'm gonna give it like a bright. Well, actually, these are blue. I'll do like bright green. I guess I'll try changing the color. I don't. It's kind of odd, but I'll change the color and then I'll bake it again and I don't know, see what happens. But like we could definitely use like this poly marking one. It's kind of sloppy to use different ones, but hold on, I found it. I know why. It didn't get separated. This is why. It's part of this mesh. Okay. I found it. I knew it was something like that. Okay, so it's going to be now extract history. This is the shirt. This gets merged into the chest straps. This becomes like this. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, 'cause if the bottom one was good, then it doesn't seem to be a color map thing. It was because the meshes were put together. So moral of the story: everything stays a separate mesh until the very end for the cleanest baking possible. Pretty much, unless you want like AO interaction or like some sort of like curve. I don't know. Basically AO. I don't know if anything else really affects meshes together. But really, every little strap should be a separate mesh. I'm just like not gonna the. But pulling them off the chest is 100% worth it. So we just have to rebake it. So chest straps low. So all I should have to do now, save, is chest straps high. So I just got to export these two and then redo the maps, and everything should be fine after that. So this is chest high. And this is chest straps, which those should technically probably be broken out into parts if I really care. If the maps are getting like too nasty, which they look okay. They're a little dirty in there, but I'll take it. Okay. So I bet I don't have to like pull them in and out. I bet you this is the mesh is being pulled. Chest is being pulled from the file, but I don't trust it. So in case these are being cached, we're gonna pull out chest high again, chest straps rather. So we'll bring these back in like that. Same settings. Looks better. Okay. Fixed it. Okay. Is done for now. I mean, and then so these are like, this is like a base coloring at this point, and then you do the texture painting sauce, which is like equivalent to sculpting but with texture. It's like you come and like weather all the edges with alphas. You know, you can reinforce the leather patterns with like leather alphas, and you know, this is like a clean version of it, and then you just like beat it up pretty much. And then as much as you want, you can, you know, we have these like normal maps baked in. You can kind of paint in lighting a little bit, you know. It's not like the PBR way, but you can push it like a little bit towards stylized and start to make, you know, like the tops brighter and stuff like that if you want. It does help depending on the type of game you're making, like how much lighting you have. Where you might be sticking this, like say you're in Unreal Engine and like you're primarily lighting this from like a skylight in a sun, you're not gonna get a ton of especially in the shadow side, you're not going to get a lot of specular reflection, basically. So you can kind of paint in the specular reflection if you wanted to. But if you're going like, you know, what's it called? Movie render queue or something like that, and you're going to pump like, you know, ray traced reflections and like really high quality finishing, then you will kind of get that stuff. In which case you would finish more flat, more like full PBR. I'm going to just kind of leave it for now. But now that I have this is like, you know, this is like the in-game skin. I think it's pretty damn close. I can come and like make 100 different versions of this from here now, and it's just in Substance Painter. So then the hard part, I gotta skin this tomorrow. But I kind of know how it's gonna go for the most part. It's the big question mark for me is the gloves, is the hands. Everything else, I think I have it fairly sorted. There's gonna be some weird things, like straps are always weird, because they're gonna fight between like the clavicles and the chest, and like so certain angles of the chest bones, the strap's gonna just end up doing something very odd because it's basically plastered onto the, it's for all intents and purposes it's a texture that we have some 3D relief. Little things I've noticed are definitely that like I think we can go look at it. This is like too big, but it kind of needs to be to actually show up. And this one's like, I think this is maybe like 1 centimeter or something like that. But I would go in between, like not this thick, but not this thin. So that might be like, I think this is 0.5 centimeters maybe, or that's 1, and maybe this is 2. I don't know, but the thicknesses are kind of awkward. Also, in close-ups, this is faceted, which is kind of like, eh. And then we don't have enough topology to hold the curvature maps, so it's like almost wasn't even worth baking the high poly onto it. So we should make those lower poly, or higher poly in general. But at like, at full character level, especially when he's like whipping around with a sword, it's like those things kind of fall off, especially in the demos I've been making. It's like, it's okay. We don't have a necklace. There's like so many more accessories you can add to him, but we should be able to add those on top of it, right? So we should be able to sneak a necklace in here. We can even skin it, give it like a skeleton, and do like some physics with it. I'm pretty sure I can add the swords on top of this. Like there's a circle with some straps, and you just kind of honestly just randomly snap the swords on the back. And yeah, I just don't want to skin those, and it doesn't really like add that much to the character to have them. It's a little bit of breakup down there, but like it's subtle. We didn't do the stitches, and there's like a band around it, and keep detailing. But the idea was to get to something like kind of close to it. I think most people, when he's moving, that you wouldn't really know. You wouldn't really notice those things. It's when you like staring right at the static version, you can kind of see that stuff. So this is saved. Oh, we should export. Yeah, let's export the damn textures. Export textures. We'll do ORM. That's fine. I'm not gonna mess with this right now. You can do Dota. This is the Amazon Lumberyard preset since what? Maybe we should do this. Never mind. We should do this. Actually, I don't really like ORM anymore. I just want them separate. Am I gonna change that here? What's SSS packed? I don't think we want that. So this is gonna be what? Base color, ORM, normal, and emissive. And we're not gonna get emissive. This is fine. No. We want to do this one. This one's fine. I could definitely just say like, because I'm not going to use the ambient one. Tempted to see it in Unreal just to check the chainmail. I could assemble it. We could go do like a full assembly. Let's make this go somewhere reasonable. Hold on. Under what type of reflections though? What version of Unreal Engine? So Substance Painter, and we're gonna do texture set 1. Oh, that was quick. So fingers crossed, we're pretty much done with Painter at this point. We can there's little things we can come tweak later. We're not done with Maya. The belts are massive. I think it needs it though. Wow, look how clean the stitches came out. That's the ZBrush technique. I think that, except for right there. Okay, so the thickness, my projection distances could be a little farther forward. When is that? What time is it now?
1:40.
Yeah, I could. Actually, so I need to reproject this. What? It's on Amazon? I mean, anything's possible. What platform did they want you to do it on? It's through the browser? Just do it on, or do it on the laptop like you usually do those type of things. Yeah, but that's the easiest with the webcam. So these projections are it missed a couple stitches. I gotta go look at the high poly, but I'm pretty sure that's just adding a little bit more depth, or maybe not. What's this? I don't know. It's probably just a little bit more depth, but those came out so clean on the color map. The chainmail too. That's my bad painting. Yeah, I mean, this is like either wear or it's like kind of painting highlights into the mesh as well. Same thing with these. It's basically, I mean, that's basically painting a highlight the way that got done, which is good. We kind of need that kind of stuff because I didn't put any of that into the topology itself. So it's a cool way of finishing. Oops. I think the next level of this for me is to go on the game mesh. Well, one to be better at the whole thing, but like specifically, this was pretty low poly, especially this stuff. So the next step for me would be to take it into a slightly higher poly world, where we actually model into the topology some of the folds, which becomes absolute chaos for rigging. Like I can't imagine. Like if I took this geometry and cut triangles through here, rigging the hand's gonna suck. It's not loops anymore. So I've seen them do that in The Witcher, and same in here. Like they this is like the hunting set in The Witcher 3. They put two straps through here, and then they model the the cloth being pulled and bunched up with folds. So rigging that sucks. That's just like this is gonna be easy. Like it's like select quad loop, grow selection flood, grow selection flood. But as soon as it's like weird stuff, it's like I don't know. I guess you're taking out the weight painting brush and figuring that out. So I went very generic with the topology, but it's mostly in there. But yeah, the next thing would be to like this like perfectly flat silhouette is to like actually model out the bumps a little bit more. Get in here and start to cut triangles into this piece. Sculpting, the high poly sculpting. I didn't even high poly sculpt half of this stuff, but where it mattered, I think we did it. But then the pants too, it's like try to model into these the low poly, have them go into the seams a little bit more, and then actually, what's it called? Actually sculpt everything and actually texture paint everything. So that's like an extra week at least, if not 2 weeks, of like pure detailing and like weathering on the sculpt and weathering on the texture, which the sculpt really is the texture at the end of the day. Like that's mostly where it shows up, unless you're gonna put that in there. But this should be not so bad to rig. Just the hands. It's just the hand skeleton is kind of crazy. Pretty cool. I'm not gonna bring it into Unreal this one. I gotta do some family stuff. But so that pretty much wraps up the 3D modeling process and texturing. We can still go back to Maya, add stuff, remove stuff. We can even go back to we can even, not that the meshes, the low polys are made, as long as we don't like really change massively change the shape of it, we can go sculpt it again. I can still go take those straps, sculpt in some scratches and leather scratches and stuff like that into it, and just basically replace the high poly bake in Substance Painter, but we'd get like scratches and stuff like that in. So it's still, we can kind of go back and forth, but wanted to get the whole thing overall. So tomorrow, or the next time I pop on here, we're going to try to rig this to the new MetaHuman skeleton, where the problem areas will be the hands, the feet with toes, the thighs, crotch, under the arm, these straps doing weird things. And the MetaHuman doesn't come with a head. So meaning like most of this chest area isn't going to get weighted through the copy weight. So I have no idea what that's going to look like. So there's a decent chance that copy weights just like leaves me like completely screwed up here. And if that's the case, I'll try my best to hand weight it. Same thing with this. I'll do my best here to hand weight this stuff. But if that doesn't really work, I'm going to go back to the old MetaHuman skeleton and just weight it to that, which I know will work fine. And we're going to ignore, we basically at that point would be ignoring these. It won't have toes, but the core skeleton that I would rig to is the same as the new skeleton. We just don't have the pose drivers for the fingers is all that would be different. So our hands would lose a little bit of mass, but it would still work. So I have a backup plan in case that doesn't work. And basically, either way, I'm gonna get this moving on a MetaHuman. It's just which version is it? The new one or is it the original one?